Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
What's up, people?
What up?
The people. Welcome, everybody, to the iLLogical Sense Podcast, episode 144. This is your boy, Busby.
And over here, it's your boy, JC No Hunters.
And Martin.
Yo, what's up, man?
Shit. Fucking decided to go on a whole Amazon Prime shit this past weekend.
What?
All right.
Shocking.
I know,
Wow.
right?
After talking all that shit, I ain't never getting it.
I never talk shit. I just said whatever. Anyway, also on Netflix, they premiered like the final season of Orange Is the New Black. I got to like 3 episodes, so I'll get to this later. And that's exactly what I said last season, and I never got back to it.
I've never started this series. And that series started my first year with the Raiders, because my boy Eddie was watching it. And I was like, I'll get to that eventually. And then I realized, oh shit, it's been 7 years. I have not started.
Nope.
First 2 seasons are cool. 3rd season's blah, and it just goes up and down. It just depends. But yeah, when I went on Amazon Prime, I've been hearing a lot about the show. It's called The Boys, and it's executive produced by Seth Rogen. Seth Rollins again. I'm gonna call him Seth Rollins. Seth Rogen, and it's pretty much the whole concept is: imagine if the Justice League were superheroes, but just take out the hero part, and they will only save you if it's beneficial for them.
So basically, they're like regular people. They didn't have like a higher degree of justice or nothing like that.
They're not morally driven.
They're more,
It's self-interest.
It's like, only
like normal people.
Yeah. And they're kind of ran by this organization, and because they make a deal to come. Just imagine if S.H.I.E.L.D. was really just for marketing. It's for marketing for themselves and shit like that.
Gotcha.
And there's one episode, spoilers. The Superman, because there's a Superman character. I forgot his name, but he's Superman. You know how when there's a plane's always crashing and then Superman always goes and just, picks it up and rescues it? What would happen if there was a terror? What if happened if Superman just doesn't save it? So the scene was they killed a terrorist group, right? Because they had box cutters, and I was like, oh, that's kind of on the nose, but okay, go ahead and flex. I was watching that, and then Superman and I guess the Wonder Woman character went in there and they, killed him. So then they go in the cockpit, and the terrorist dude has the pilot, and he's about to slice his throat, but then Superman laser eyes him and kills them both and fucks up the controls. So now the plane's kind of free falling. They're like, oh shit. So there's hella people on the plane, and Superman's just like, well, we did our job, so let's just leave. While everyone's kind of just like, save us, and then the Wonder Woman's looking at her like, are you serious? He's like, we already did our duty. He's like, why don't you go out there and just glide the plane down? He was like, no. In a way, he just said like, no, I mean, I gotta go back 150 times just to save everybody? No, that's too much work.
No.
Yeah. That's pretty much what he did. And then the fucked up part, and then everyone, he was like, you're gonna leave us, aren't you? No, I'm not gonna leave. You're gonna leave us. And then everyone kind of starts crowding towards him. He was like, back the fuck up. And his eyes, I fucking laser eye you. Which I laughed. And then after that,
wait. He said, I'm gonna laser eye you?
Yes. Yeah. And then him and Wonder Woman just fly out the plane, and you just see the plane everyone's screaming like, oh my God, and the plane just goes off and crashes. And I was just like, that's fucked up. And then later on, when the wreckage is all there, he goes there, he lands there, he turns it into a political business move. He flips it, and Superman's going like, yeah, if they would have just called us earlier, we would have saved everybody. That's what's the problem with this organization. We got to do this and make America great. He said some shit like that, and I was just like, oh, this is too on the nose. This is like if Trump. I know what you're doing, and it's wild. It's a wild show. Y'all should watch it.
I watched Mr. Iglesias.
How'd y'all like that shit?
It was cool. I watched 2 episodes a night. This is 10 episodes.
30 episodes. 30 minutes.
Yeah. I was watching 2 a night. So that was cool. And then I was watching The Great Hack.
Yeah, I saw trailers for that.
Which is on Netflix. That's just wild, man. Just while technology is supposed to, help us. And I always joke around, even though it's more serious than a joke, where it's like the more advanced we get in technology, the dumber we get as a society.
Right.
But in actually and looking at it, it's like, yeah, we will literally skip over the terms and conditions and span like that just to get to what we need to get to. Like, I'm guilty of that all the time.
Everybody is. That's what South Park. That's what South Park talked about.
Yeah.
So
and then just seeing how I forget what the fuck the company's name was, but just how involved they were with the political campaign for the from last presidential election. Just how they used pretty much how they turned Facebook into a weapon.
Yep. Oh, and that's why they got Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
That's why he had to give up. He gave up how many billions of dollars?
Yeah, and Zuckerberg was, he pulled the white privilege card. We had no idea about this. And
of course.
There's footage showing that they knew the whole damn time.
They knew.
Yeah. But I did that, and then Larissa and I are about to go on a spiritual adventure.
Shout out to the spiritual healing.
Yeah. We're about to go meatless in August. So last night we went on our monthly date. We went to Black Angus.
And you just picked the fuck up.
Not necessarily picked out, but we spread it out to. Got nice. They have this this feast that I guess is like $62 regular, but the coupon gets you 47.
Shout out to the coupons.
Yeah. So we just split that, and then we took the rest of the food home, and then we ate that later. But yeah, this is the last few days. Shit, Wingstop was doing their remix flavors and shit. I was there like twice a week.
Shit.
So I guess Blueface can't come to your house next month. Where the meat? No meat.
Yeah, nah, he ain't coming. he got his own issues to deal with his own family, anyways.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm getting all those meals out. But I mean, if you've eaten at Veggie Grill or anywhere like that, like, I'm not saying it's not going to be a challenge, but there's substitutes. Like Carl's Jr. got that Beyond Burger. I guess
they got a what burger?
The Beyond Burger.
Never.
I told you about that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh,
the veggie burger.
Oh.
It's like a veggie patty, but it actually looks like a hamburger.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not. Well, I shouldn't call it. I shouldn't say it's a veggie burger. It's the first plant-based.
Oh, okay.
Burger.
Oh, yeah.
And then Burger King did it with a Whopper too. So like they're starting to do it, but I'm trying to stay away from drive-thrus in general.
Shit. Well, I also saw that the Quentin Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I don't want to hear it.
It's good.
Because that's all I need to hear. Because
you told me that, so there's really nothing I can say.
Yeah. I'll have seen it by next week, and we can talk about it then.
3-hour movie, just letting you know.
Yep.
That's it.
Damn.
Well, it feels like 3 hours.
Oh.
And you don't want me to say nothing else. I'm not saying nothing else. So,
Thank you.
Man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. It's good.
What else did I do?
Shut up.
Sound like Arnold. What did you do?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I didn't do shit. Nah, I drove to Vacaville, chilled my family out there on Saturday. And, yeah, that's all I could really say. I didn't do much else.
Yeah. It's too much fucking music.
There was a lot of fucking music, and that's the crazy thing. Like I was busy, but I didn't fucking.
It was like as soon as Beyonce.
I listened to like 3 albums.
As soon as Beyonce dropped, it was like the floodgates opened and everybody dropped.
Literally.
Like, you told me like no one's scared of Chance. God damn. I was like, whoa, okay. Well, no one's scared of me.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening.
We start on Chance first.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
We'll start on Chance. Get him out the way.
Well, you kept talking through the drop, like just wait for the drop.
I was talking out loud, thinking out loud. Anyway, yeah, Chance tried to pull a Kanye. He delayed his fucking release, so then we had to go back and listen to everybody else.
I don't know. See, something told me not to even wait for it, so I didn't even wait for Chance.
Me neither.
Like, I went straight to. We'll get into it a little later. I went straight to BJ the Chicago Kid.
I went to YBN.
And then I played YBN right after. But then I was making fun of people, and then somehow a tweet went viral, and I was like, "All right, that's cool."
Oh no! As soon as he didn't drop, I said, "Yeah, he didn't drop it," and you just put that video, and then they took your moment, and then now you know how it feels, like me.
Nah, I put that shit on mute because it kept.
That's what I mean.
It only took like 10 minutes before I realized, oh wait, this is. All right, let me put this on mute because I'm tired of it interrupting my fucking music listening. Like,
you keep hearing the chiming sound,
especially because I had my shit playing on my Sonos speaker too.
Oh,
don't. When
it
goes on my speaker,
that's why you gotta put on Do Not Disturb. Just put it on Do Not Disturb.
No, because I like tweeting certain things throughout. Like even if it's not like giving out reviews, just like something like, all right.
Well, you don't do the fucking JC's First Listen no more because you brought that here.
Yeah.
You should bring those back every once in a while.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I just don't have, like, you gotta plan that shit out, too. Like, you actually gotta sit down and listen. Sometimes I don't even, like...
Sit down, listen, break it down and shit. Yeah, it's just a lot that goes into
Sometimes
that.
I just want to listen for myself. Like, I'm gonna figure that shit out. But then there's
I stay off Twitter when it's when it's a big time album. I literally stay off Twitter and literally just listen to the music. Like, you know, when Kendrick dropped or somebody else dropped, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay off Twitter because I don't want them. You know.
Yeah. So then Chance still didn't drop, so I was like, all right, well, I'm good with these two albums for now. Like, you know, I'll get to it later. And then I saw he still didn't drop when I woke up, so I was like, all right, well, now I'm gonna go listen to E40.
He literally left his fans hanging. He said he pretty much said midnight, so it hit like 9 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, YBN, NF, Vanna White, and then I was like, he had like a Spotify listening party, and you could tell. The machine had everything ready to go. They had the hashtags ready to go. They had everything ready.
Just waiting on him.
Shit.
I'm like, are you fumbling the bag? I was like, are you fumbling the bag? And I was like, whatever. Then it finally dropped in the middle of the day on Friday. Literally in the middle of the day. And I was like...
At noon, you said?
Something like that.
Fuck.
Yeah, noon our time, I think. And I was like, oh, it's here.
And then I saw the track list and I was like...
21?
22 tracks.
22?
God damn it.
No features, and then we gotta. And then I wanted to go on Tidal because I was like, okay, maybe the features will be on Tidal. No, I gotta listen. Fuck you.
See, and I wasn't at home either, so I couldn't go on Wikipedia real quick. And then just put it in through, you know, because even if I don't keep an album in my library, I at least add it so that way, you know, you go into an area where there's not a signal, it's already downloaded, right? So I at least like to have it downloaded for that period of time. He wanted us to be surprised on the people that popped up, and I get it, but man, he got me on this one because I was out at work, like I was moving, I couldn't stop and do what I was doing, and there
was features on pretty much every track. Yep. Literally every track. It was like his compilation album, damn near.
Seriously?
I mean, I'll say this.
It was that much, but shit.
Oh, no, it was a lot.
I guess I didn't catch it. You know what I mean?
It's a lot.
I only listened to it one time.
The Baby showed up, and I was like, dope.
Megan Thee Stallion showed up.
I was like, dope.
Then I heard Nicki Minaj. Yeah. But her verse was kind of cool.
Then I heard...
Kind of cool. Wait, hold on. Wait. Time out. She actually spit some cool bars, man.
Oh, I know. That's what I said.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. This is the first time in a while.
Until she was talking about her love life, and I think she was trying to correspond. We get to that verse. Whatever.
I mean, features alone, like, it was
star-studded.
It made me, like, wonder, like, who cut the check for this? Because they had to have written a blank check.
Seriously.
Because, same with Coloring Book. That's how it felt on Coloring Book.
Well, no, I mean, this was a little different, though, for me, because...
This is supposed to be your quote-unquote debut.
No, it's... You had Nicki twice. Mm-hmm. Then you had SWV.
You had John Legend.
Then you had En Vogue. Then you had to clear a Brandy sample. A Brandy sample ain't cheap.
Hell no.
Yeah, Gucci Man. Keith David was on here. Randy Newman. What? Okay. Yeah. You cut that. That's why I question, how independent are you? But that's a whole other topic. So let's get to this album. Well, who wants to start first?
Again, the positives were it's a grade A. The contributions he was able to secure, just on paper, was grade A. Production, I did like the production.
Yeah, definitely that.
It's. I mean, if you want to drop an album in the summertime and you announced it 6 months ago,
and actually,
fucking album better sound like summertime. And I will say, production, it was a very nice sounding produced album.
Definitely sounded like summertime.
Yeah, I want to say through the first 7 records, I was there. Like, I mean, out of nowhere, you know. Again, the contributions. I mean, out of nowhere, John Witherspoon pops up.
Yeah, the second.
Right. Then out of nowhere, Keith David or David Keith pops up.
Later towards the end.
Yeah, so it's just like, damn, like who's not on this fucking album?
Kanye, Hov, Beyonce, Nas, Eminem, Whitney Houston.
Well, those are names I wouldn't associate.
Come on, man.
You're naming
everybody.
Seriously.
You're naming names that aren't associated with Chance's demographic.
Seriously, though.
I'm just saying. You said everybody, so I was just... Anyway, anything else? Martine?
Nah, I mean, overall, JC, like, you know, he hit all points.
Shmino dropped one of my favorite verses this year on Eternal. That shit was nice.
Nicki's last verse on Zanies and Fools was good. Now, we got all the positives out the way.
Shit.
This movie is blah up the ass.
Album?
Movie.
Huh?
Movie, huh?
What do you mean upbeat movie?
You said this movie's blah.
No, this album. This album. Well, he kind of made this album sound like a movie, but this album is so blah. It was a chore to listen to this stuff. For me, it was such a chore. And then it got to the point where it just didn't feel authentic to me. He just kept talking about his marriage over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Just
yeah, that's kind of how I felt after Rue. Like Rue, I thought was dope just because
Seriously.
of the sibling connection. Like Taylor came on, his brother Taylor come on, dropped a dope ass verse. But it was just after that, it became a chore. It was like
all over the place.
All right, now this ain't sounding.
It didn't sound authentic. It didn't sound. It didn't feel. It felt fake. It felt like he was trying. He was trying way too hard to fit a certain demographic. He was trying way too hard to be pop. What's the one that Shawn Mendes was on? What song was that?
I don't know.
That one actually caught me by surprise because I thought that was Timberlake. And then I went back and listened to Shawn Mendes. I was like, damn, Shawn Mendes really does sound like Justin Timberlake.
Yo, yeah, I'm talking
Ball and Flossin'.
Oh, Ball and Flossin'. That was the most PG.
That's what I said, man. Shit.
That was the most cheesiest pop song I have heard. I'm like, you really trying to get that fucking...
Well, from Chance. Shawn Mendes killed that shit.
Oh, no. Shawn Mendes... Okay, I'm talking about Chance making that, trying to go just viral, trying to be overly positive. He reminds me of Yoo-Hoo from Atlanta.
Yep.
Like, you could tell this is all just a fucking mask. Because I remember... when his Day One fan went on Twitter and said that you're kind of changing, and he goes on there and says, you can go fuck yourself. Oh, no, I think he said, suck my dick. Yeah, he said, suck my dick or some shit. He was being hella just... and then the other stuff I was seeing, he was just trying to, like, kind of siding with Kanye with the Trump shit, saying after Beyonce's Coachella performance, he goes up there trying to, you know, kiss ass his way for a Beyonce feature when he went up on the college graduation stage and said her Coachella performance was better than anything Michael Jackson ever did. No. And just everything about it just seemed like he was trying way too hard. The tracks were literally all over the place. The Big Day the sound, like the actual song was just like, what the fuck? All right. It just became a chore. And by the end, I was like, I am never going to listen to this shit again. I'll go back and listen to Coloring Book. I'll listen to Acid Rap. I'll listen to 10 Day. But
by the end, I was like, oh shit, he got Jackie and Susie on here.
Jackie and Susie?
Yeah, so Jackie the actress, and then Susie Carmichael, the voice that does Susie Carmichael.
I knew that voice sounded familiar.
Yeah, I'm listening to that and I'm like, oh shit. That's why I was bugging out, because I'm like, damn, the contributions he was able to secure, I at least give him like an A+ on that, because god damn,
it was all over. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it was just blah. Like, you were trying. This is supposed to be quote unquote your debut album. This is supposed to be your follow up to Coloring Book. No, nah, you gotta try it again, bro. Put that shit back in the microwave and try again.
Yeah, it's just for me, it sounded like he wanted to be middle aged so bad.
And
like he just wanted to be like he just wanted to be in the middle-aged portion of his life.
And I was low-key disappointed. Like, I was really, because I fucked with Coloring Book, and I was like, nah, like, you're trying to be overly positive. Nah, man, you tried too hard. He tried way too hard for me. It's a no, bruh. I'm sorry. This is the most disappointing album of 2019 to me.
I was just gonna say, man, the Big Day was actually just a big letdown. Like, seriously.
It was a big delay.
Well, yeah.
The big disappointment. How about that?
The big disappointment.
Damn. We all just silent right now. That's all I can say about this.
Because I mean, even the songs that, again, the songs that hit you for nostalgia purposes, after the second listen, you go back and revisit them, and it's like, all right, nostalgia kind of wore off now.
Yeah,
I can go back. I can
songs
listen.
Are not
I can
that
listen.
Good.
Yeah,
I can listen to Coloring Book like nothing.
So everybody can listen to.
I can listen to Acid Rap. I can listen to 10.
Acid Rap, surprisingly, I'm 50-50 on Acid Rap.
But like, but you know what I mean. Like, you can still kind of listen to it and low-key find some enjoyment. I have no enjoyment in listening to this. Not in a good or bad way. It's just, you go over there.
I mean, and what's the cover art, dude?
That's
like, what is that shit?
A CD with fucking sparkles.
All right,
a bunch of shit on it. I thought that was cum stains.
Whoa.
It's diamonds.
Oh,
So,
yeah. There's powerful niggardry at work,
diamond rings.
Because he filmed that.
His wedding band's in it, so.
Yeah, he filmed that the day he proposed to his girl. And he was talking about his marriage over and over and over. Like, we get it, nigga.
Yeah, from song 1 to song 22.
Ending. Yeah, he was just...
I mean, if he was going to use their wedding day as the theme of this, it could have definitely been executed a lot better.
It could have been executed...
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Way
it could have been... They could have had a skit where they're arguing about, you know...
Like
stupid. Yeah,
it could have
like
been a concept album.
Yeah,
of
no,
him
for sure.
Prepping for the wedding. The whole album is literally everything leading up to the wedding, and the last track is him waiting for his bride.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, what? Okay. I don't know why I'm not even just like irked. It's just like.
Like, what was that song? Was it Let's Go on the Run? Where he's like, let's go crazy, and all of a sudden he's just like, fuck, shit.
That's the song. That's the big day.
Yeah.
That's the big day. That's the self-titled
Yeah,
song.
like that could have been that. They could have did a skit where like they were arguing about like wedding or the
food.
invitations or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then played that shit and then fucking shit. That would have made perfect sense. Like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it makes perfect sense, but nah.
He tried to sound too pop on this. It's a no for me, dog. I'm just...
It's surprisingly, when I say this, it's surprising because it's not something you would usually say, but for this album, there was too many songs, not enough skits.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Like, you know how Kendrick did Good Kid, Mad City, and he incorporated the skits into the album just so you could know where the song and the album direction is going.
Like, I felt like if he did like 15 tracks for this and didn't have the skits individualized, but the skits were a part of the tracks.
Right.
Except maybe the one that had Keith David, because that was like a 3-minute skit.
Yeah.
With the talking.
Yeah, those
maybe,
skits went on too damn long, too.
Yeah.
They went too damn long, unnecessarily long. When I got to Keith David, I was like, okay, you're still talking. That's 3 minutes, and I skipped that shit. And I never did that for a full album. I'm like...
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, it just after a while, it was just like, all right.
Sorry, Chance. And you've been annoying, but I wanted you to prove me wrong, and you proved me right. So congratulations.
He's still gonna be
Congratulations.
I mean, congratulations. He's in contention to have the #1 album of the week.
Yeah,
so.
but it's not too far behind him, as I predicted. Is Eminem wanna be himself? NF. Hey. Now, I'm not a fan of him like that. I just found him interesting how he has such a huge cult following, and he cool.
No, he's not.
I mean, to you, I understand. I'm whatever about him because I'm used to all the Eminem wannabes. You're the one that's just really irked by him.
He can rap. There was definitely a highlight in "Leave Me Alone." Like when I heard "Leave Me Alone," I could easily picture. It took me to "Antidote" from the Travis Scott concert.
Yeah,
where the whole fucking building went crazy. So I heard that, and then I was thinking, you know, lighting, and then everybody going crazy.
I can see that
with. I
can see that with "When I Grow Up." You know,
right? When I grow up, we've already heard.
We've heard that.
But boy, when I fucking tell you, every single goddamn song sounded like it was the intro to the album. And at some point I was like, fam,
get to the point.
Just start the beat and just jump right in. Like,
we gotta mimic how he starts. Like first it'd be like a crispy beat. It'd be a crispy beat, and then he's like that's the whole fucking album.
Well, that's too
basically.
That's a little bit faster tempo than what he was doing.
Yeah,
I could actually
sped it up a little bit.
But this was actually, you know, it was hump stuff. And it was like, all right, okay, all right.
And the whole album is like
the most cinematic shit you've ever heard in your life.
Michael Bay. It's like it's trailer music. It's the shit you see in the trailer for movies.
Yeah, which is ironic because he's white.
It's the shit you hear on fucking video games.
And what, like the opening credits?
Just all throughout the video game with like high pressure moments.
Yeah.
Whatever you could be a shooting game, could be a storyline, whatever. Like, it's just.
I got to like, I got to track, I think maybe 7. And then after that, when I got to When I Grow Up, I'm like, I know this. And I heard Only, and then I was like, all right. And then I started just skipping. I started like kind of scheming through it. I'm like, everything's starting to sound the same.
What I started doing.
Everything started sounding the same, and I was kind of getting tired. Then I just noticed the whole track. Like, this is a very dark album, nigga. You're depressed as fuck, nigga. There has to be some hope. And then I just got annoyed by the end. It was like, and then I just said to myself, if I want to listen to Eminem, Recovery era M, that's pretty much what he's touching. Like, what era M can you put him in? That he kind of
It don't
sounds
matter
like.
to me. I'm just not revisiting that album.
Yeah,
There's no time to even try to compare him to Eminem.
He's not, but I
Never.
can understand why M was. It could be annoyed by him.
Like again,
I mean, I get it because it does sound like he tries to be like Eminem. Like you kind of hear it when you hear his lyrics or whatever. But dog, there is no comparison. Like
for me, it wasn't
seriously.
even like. For me, it wasn't even about him sound like Eminem. It was just, fam. You put an intro on every fucking song on this album.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even get into the fact that you sound like Eminem because I gotta wait for the fucking song to start.
I think both of the first two, I was paying attention to them because those are the only ones I listened to. They started like fucking 40 seconds into the actual track. It's like, dude, what the fuck is that?
And the first
we're
track,
not
though,
saying
the
this-
intro track, I had to make sure the damn album was playing because it was just quiet for
rolling.
like 10 seconds.
Because it's like a build up.
Yeah, but I'm like, fam, you could have turned this build up higher to know that let me know I was still listening to something.
Or
We're
just
not
started a
necessarily-
little bit sooner, like, you know what I mean?
We're not
Or
necessarily
later on.
saying he's bad. He's just not for us. Because he has a huge fan base. So NF stands, if you listen to this, we don't want the smoke.
Not that. I'll take the smoke.
I'll take it.
Well,
Shit.
y'all take the smoke.
It's a bad album.
I'm not saying
He can rap.
Man,
It's just a bad album.
I'm gonna say it's not for me because he speaks to a demographic that kind of feels the same way
Aside
he
from the
does.
lyrics, though, just the execution of the album
Yeah, it's
itself.
bad execution.
Nah, bro,
It's a bad
like,
album.
It took
It's
all
not-
these songs at least 20 seconds to start up, bro. Like
No, I get
that,
you.
That
I get
in
you, but
itself is
that
trash.
was his last album, and then the album before that, and I'm like, oh, so this is how? Because I told you before when I
Well, see, had I known that, I would never.
I
listened
told
to
you,
this album.
Seriously,
I
same
told
here.
you, I told you flat
Even though I
out.
only listened to 2 tracks.
I said
Well, 3.
flat out when he came out, I was like, he's not for me. I was just curious about how it was gonna sound, and shit, he's coming in at number 2. He had like the number 1 album on iTunes. And he, just off pure sales, he's outselling Chance.
Yeah, pure sales. His fan base is definitely there.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
But I mean,
there.
Yeah.
chances at this point, chances going.
Oh, yeah, Chance taking number 1. He had bundles and shit, so of
Yeah.
course he's gonna fucking take
Yeah.
that. You gotta get that. You gotta get that Prince cheat code. That's.
But I mean, look. At the end of the day, though, 2 hip hop albums are going to be 1 and 2 that we know of. So
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even know who NF was before because
You stumbled onto him and shit.
right.
No, that was YouTube. YouTube kept putting them in my face and shit. Like, all right, I'll watch. Then by the time I got so fed up, I was like, okay, I'll watch. Then
I ain't do shit. What
No,
the fuck
I'm
you
talking
talking
about
about?
YouTube. I'm talking about YouTube.
I thought you said YouTube.
Oh no.
I was like, I didn't find that motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I didn't
Found him.
fucking do shit.
I know, but it was just the views of his videos that was just really just like, this is a huge fan base.
Yeah.
So, well, whatever. Shout out to him. He's good at having
Yeah.
number 2. So
I mean, if you're a fan of him, go rock. Go keep supporting. Do what you're gonna do.
if you're going through
definitely that.
something, man.
If you fuck with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I just don't, personally.
That's where it stops.
Right.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
So the next album that is in the triathlon in terms of tracks, because
Yeah, that's-
Chance the Rapper had 22, and even though one of the songs was the same, just shorter, it was still 20 tracks. Mm-hmm. And then we get to our home base, Uncle 40 Water E40
He had 26
on Practice Makes Paper.
tracks.
But I will say this was out of the 3 triathlons worth of albums, this is the one I could rock with the most. And that's not being the hometown bias. It was just, there were just songs that I could stick with. I mean, GOAT featuring Miller. Shout out to Miller. Shout out to a good friend, Clay William. Clayton, I know him as Clay, but he's firstly Clayton William.
Yeah.
He did the beat for GOAT. We were already familiar with Chase the Money. But then you had one question, which was a fucking who's who on that damn song.
Oh my god.
Everybody in their mama.
I mean, Hitmaker made the beat, and then Jeremiah, Rick Ross, and Chris Brown
were
on the track.
on it. Like,
Yeah. and
Chris Brown never surprised me because him and E40 worked together before. So
Yeah.
no,
But
Chris
I'm
Brown.
pretty much-
At this point, don't even put featuring Chris Brown on the damn songs
At
anymore.
this point, if you hear Hitmaker, don't even put featuring Jeremiah because that comes along. That's like a bundle
Jeremiah
package.
and Chris Brown should just drop an EP together. That'd be fire.
Dog, that'd be dope.
yeah.
They probably was happening already.
I still laugh
Hitmaker
at
doing
the
all
fact,
the beats.
I still laugh at the
Shit.
fact that Jeremiah was never MMG, considering how many fucking singles that
Oh
Jeremiah
my
is on
God.
for MMG.
Seriously.
That's what's funny to me.
He shot himself on the foot when it comes to the whole Def Jam shit, but that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Who else?
Ty Dolla $ign's on here. Wiz, of course.
Scarface is on here.
Which is funny.
And
Scarface is the best of
yo.
both worlds, man. Scarface did this shit, and he's running as a politician.
Yep. Yeah.
But seriously, hearing E40 and Scarface on a track together, bro, that's just knowledge.
He had Fabulous and Red
Untouched,
Cafe. He had
like-
Fabulous and Red Cafe on one track.
Yeah.
He was pretty.
Lucy was on here.
Very feature heavy as always. So let's just talk about the songs that you feel that should not be on here. Which I call the Snapple facts. Bet you didn't know.
Yeah.
Bet you didn't know.
I just imagine E40 was just drinking a whole bunch of Snapples. Looked at the cap and said, you know the sky's blue?
Don't disrespect him like that.
Not blue.
No. Don't. Snapple.
Snapple facts.
He was drinking his tequila or his slurricane.
He probably was, man. Like, just
mixed it
really, really drunk and just like...
I wouldn't even say he was drunk. He was probably just sipping. He had an idea, but don't disrespect him like he was drinking somebody else's brand that gave it to him.
Or whatever.
His own brand.
Or whatever the facts.
Said I should do this shit like Snapple.
He might as well put the fucking his own E40 facts on the bottom of his fucking caps.
Yeah.
Bet you didn't know.
Shit.
Watch him do it too.
Do it.
Yeah.
Just give us a little bit of credit. That's all.
No, for what I just said.
I'll take a feature though. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be $50.
Right.
$1,000.
Nah, but real shit, I mean, for me, let me just preface by saying this. E40 is literally my favorite rapper of all time. So that goes without saying. I'm not going to be biased because I did not like his last album at all. I thought that shit was trash.
Damn.
My personal opinion. The reason why is because it felt like there was no organic songs. Like it was just insert verse here, insert verse there, and that was that.
All his albums.
This one sounded organic. And that's the one thing that's the only thing that I've ever really asked from E40. You know what I mean? Like I know that his beats are going to be dope because he fucks with dope ass producers. I know his lyrics are going to be dope because he's been doing this shit for so many years. It's like, come on. You know what I mean? He's got so much practice and shit, right? Whatever. This one actually sounded like he was in the studio with these rappers, and that to me felt better.
Yeah, it definitely sounded better.
Yeah.
I like the songs. For me, it was like 10 tracks too long.
That's the story of
Like,
every E40 album for the last decade, damn near. It's just, it's cool. They're good tracks, but he inserts the entire fucking session into one album or two albums. It's like if you would have took songs from here, songs from there, kind of like, you know, Minority Report, just all grabbing all
considering the fact that, you know, the plan was from the last album last year, supposed to drop 2 more, and the last one was 13 songs. Here's 26 here. I would have liked to have seen him just cut these in half and just follow that same
That's
plan.
what I thought he was gonna do.
Yeah,
but
there's enough here to where even the tracks that like. The good tracks outweigh the filler, so that's not what I'm saying. It's just after a while, the fillers it becomes noticeable because it's like, wait, I feel like I heard this already.
Right.
So it just becomes.
For example, the Bet You Didn't Know, then Facts, Not Fiction. It's like you put those back to back, and it's like, okay, I just heard the same thing. That other one must have been like the reference for this.
Right.
You know what I mean? I get what you guys are saying. Don't get me wrong, and I know that he does that. But at the same token, it's like we know why he does that.
Yeah,
and it's just because he doesn't feel like he should not get paid for making the music that he's been making and shit.
Right.
So he throws it all on the album and just lets you go through it, pretty much.
See, I wish he would have just did the Chris Brown.
That's the first single.
Yeah.
Was just make it a double album, so I know where a cutoff point is.
Ain't no cutoff point. You listen to everything in one order.
But he's done that before.
Don't be ever disrespect. You listen to the whole fucking album, bitch.
Nah, but even when he did cut them, they were still long ass albums. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it was like 3 20-track albums back to back to back.
But see, to me, it was like, okay, 20 is still different, just visually and listening experience it too. 20 is different from 26.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
It's a whole extra. It's almost a half an hour.
It doesn't sound like much, but
the last
I
track,
get you.
The last track doesn't even sound like, and you can tell when you know it's the last track because it's like it's kind of somber. You know he's gonna really, really reflect on some shit.
Yeah, because having Redman and Method Man with E40 is amazing. I was upset that was track 25.
Yeah,
it was like, I would have enjoyed this as track 8. You know what I mean?
But bro, that last track though, My Everything.
He's dedicated to his wife.
Yeah, dedicated to his wife. It has Anthony Hamilton and KC harmonizing on a funk style beat, bro. Like,
he brings people together.
Like,
man.
that shit was fucking dope.
He brings people. He got Rick Ross on it. All around.
Like I said, the only problem I had with this album was it was just too long. That was my only problem with it.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned,
it's typical 40. It's typical 40.
Yeah.
And typical 40 is it's a good album. So shout out to Earl. Uncle Earl. Anyway,
now the first album I listened to this week, because I'm a big time BJ the Chicago Kid fan. I didn't know he was dropping. I found that out and I was like, yep, fuck this chant shit. Y'all can wait for that shit. I'm going to something I want to listen to. And boy, BJ, the Chicago kid with 1123 is just R&B, but not R and B. Like, you have to sound that shit out.
You gotta spell
R and B.
A-R-E.
And you gotta say and.
A-N-D.
No symbol.
A-N, like Prince.
This ain't Prince.
You gotta spell that shit out. And then B. B-E-E.
Yeah.
Well,
or B-E. Whatever.
The 48 minutes for this project was...
That was good. I enjoyed that.
Oh, that was just good R&B.
He's never really released a bad album, BJ Chicago.
No, yeah. He's not. He really hasn't. I mean, the joint that he has with Eric Bellinger, like, if motherfuckers play that and don't have a surprise pregnancy, you failed.
Goddamn, wrap it up, kids.
Like, for real. For real.
Oh, shit.
For real.
I'm pretty sure this was a Dreamville session, but this track Getaway with JID, Buddy, and Kent Jams.
Oh, that would have to be.
Yeah, him and Anderson .Paak is just... Nice fucking combination. Anytime BJ Chicago kid jump on the track talking about soul food, I'm in. You got me. I'm good.
He had fucking
Rick Ross was on here. Ross had a good weekend. The joint with Offset, I felt like that should have been higher on the track list. The Worry About Me.
Yeah,
that was a good song.
You gotta build them up, and then you gotta take them down slowly.
Well, it wasn't a slowly. Like, that was an upbeat track. I just would have liked to have seen it earlier.
I feel you.
But yeah, overall, I liked it so much I bought it.
That's good.
Great fucking R&B album.
Now, when everyone was waiting for fucking Chance, I went straight to YBN Cordae. And I was just like, you know what? Let's listen to YBN Cordae. Because I love this verse when he was up there for the... with her during the BET Awards and shit.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I'm really impressed by him. I watched his freshman freestyle. I'm like, oh, so you were a good rapper. Okay. You actually are a good rapper. You're not one of them crazy, one of them stupid ones. So, listen to it. And this whole album, The Lost Boy, this doesn't even sound like a debut album. This sounds like he's been in the game for a while.
This is by far my favorite project of the week. Easy. And I went into it like, okay, BJ was already here. YBN Cordae, let me listen to it one more time. But even the first listen, I was like, this is, like Busby said, this sounds seasoned. This don't sound like no fucking debut.
He has an old soul.
I've listened to this album 4 times, and every single time it sounded better.
Shit.
Which there's only a select class that has a debut project to me where their album sounds better every single listen. I mean, just the formation of this was a concept album.
Pretty much, in a way, it was.
And just nothing sounded out of place at all. From Wintertime to even like the joints where you could tell like he's a part of the new generation. From Have Mercy and then Broke as Fuck. And then even those weren't like, even when you could say like, okay, those aren't joints for me. I wasn't bothered by them. Because it's like, that's his generation. That's who he is.
Thanksgiving was a great track. He had R&P, not R&B like we said, but R&P, and with Anderson .Paak, and that was featuring a produced track by J. Cole. Yeah. So that probably could have been made during the Dreamville sessions.
I mean, I had a hard time. Somebody asked me, they're like, what's your favorite record? And I was like, fam, he's got like 2 or 3 upbeat joints I can't choose from. And then he's got 4 introspective records between Thanksgiving, 1,000 Words, Family Matters, and We Gon' Make It.
Well, featuring Meek Mill.
Yeah, where I'm like, I can't pick. Like, these are... He came with it. And even then, like, I wasn't surprised by him because I've heard the freestyles. Yeah. But even in finishing the project, I was like, damn.
Yeah, I was satisfied with this. I was really, really satisfied. Shout out to him.
So, real quick... I'm not going to say it was bad. I'm not going to say it was good. And the reason why I'm not going to say either is because I did myself a complete disservice when I listened to this. And I tried to listen to it on my way back from Vacaville. I was tired as shit.
Yeah, this is headphone music.
Yeah, I can imagine that, especially being that I was the one who listened to these guys, the YBN guys, well before you guys, what do you call it, heard about Namir. Yeah. You know, first or whatever, right? This guy to me was the best rapper, and because I didn't fucking give it that full listen, I didn't like it. You know what I mean? I haven't gone back to it because I've been kind of busy. Like I said, I didn't mention it. We had like a little barbecue and everything for my nephew, and he was just running around. It was fun. Well, that shit was fun. But so we're busy with that shit, so I still haven't really gotten to it. But as soon as I do, I'm gonna let y'all know, man.
That's one you gotta
I'm gonna let y'all know, yeah, for sure.
Now, another album I stumbled across was named Rich Brian, called The Sailor. Now, if you don't know who Rich Brian is, he was that one kid like a long time ago when he was all dressed up as a square and shit like that, and he was rapping trap beats and shit. And then they showed like Tory Lanez and A$AP Ferg talking, going like, "Oh yeah, you're kind of cool and shit." I thought I was just like, okay, whatever. And then he fucking did some other shit, and he dropped an album last year, and I was kind of heard a little bit of it, but I was like, yeah, whatever. So his album kind of dropped on the radar, and I was going on Twitter, and like someone from DJ Booth said like, yo, like the editor-in-chief said, yo, he dropped one of the best albums this year. It was one of the best albums he's heard, and I'm just like, So I went, listened to it, and I'm going to go on to say this is by far, in my opinion, one of the best albums of the year. The Sailor. And just from beats and production and raps, this is really fucking good. Boy had fucking RZA on like the second track, Rapapapa. And then I guess the single Yellow, which is just musically just sounds amazing. And then you have Kids after that, and he was just rapping his ass off. And then Confetti and Vacant, and then Slow Down Turbo, which I feel is one of the best rapping I've heard this year. And just all around, it's just a great album. It's an easy listening experience. I just felt personally it was what Logic tried to achieve.
Oh, this is Rich Chigga.
Yeah, him. And he changed his name. He changed his name because he changed his name when, he got the backlash. When he got the backlash, and he was like, yeah, that was stupid. So, yeah, he rebranded himself and called himself Rich Brian. And honestly, to me, I was coming here with low expectations, but when I heard it, I kept bumping this album nonstop. Now, I sent my colleagues this album, and JC said it was trash after the third
thank you for
songs.
saying it, so I couldn't say it. So
no, I just wanted to say it now.
Yeah, I played 3 tracks in, and I turned it off after the 3rd track.
Just don't understand what you heard. I don't know what Martine heard. But
I'll tell you what I heard.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
That's
straight
to
up.
y'all.
Nah, man, listen.
Listen.
I know.
Both y'all only listen to the first 3 tracks, so you guys already made up your mind.
Yeah.
So
honestly, right. I did.
Y'all didn't have to talk. Then don't say nothing.
I'm gonna tell you what I heard from the first 2 tracks.
I'm just letting you know.
From the first 2 tracks, the dude couldn't even rhyme.
To you? I don't know how y'all can say that, because to me, he rapped his ass off on this shit. I don't get it. I don't know what y'all niggas heard, but this shit is amazing to me.
On the first track, dude did not
we can say the same thing. We don't know what you heard.
Hey, man, we live in different... I don't know what y'all heard. I kept re-listening to it, and I enjoyed it with each listen.
It was easy for me to turn it off, because number 1, it was just like, to me, it wasn't mixing with my ears. Number 2, I didn't know much about him. It's like, I'm not going to invest in somebody that...
I didn't know much about him either, but I still, when he caught my attention,
right, but
I kept listening.
So that's
I'm just letting you know what my mind frame on it. To me,
I'm not arguing against you. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to try to convince you.
I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just
trying to say
still
from my
shocked.
perspective.
I'm just still shocked. You heard Yellow and you turned it off. That is wild as fuck to me. But maybe I sent it to other people, and they told me the same shit. They fucking enjoyed this shit. So for y'all not to like it, it's just shocking to me. That's all. To me. Just
shocking to me that you like it.
Hey man, I just don't get it.
I mean, there's 2 sides to that coin, bro. You know what I mean?
I don't know how y'all can call this shit trash, but
I told you.
In other retrospect, I saw a bunch of people trash it on Twitter too.
Because they didn't even listen to it. So I don't like. That's the whole thing. They didn't listen to it.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because they said they didn't. I saw it myself.
You saw.
And then you saw more people saying that shit.
Yeah, I actually went and I searched his name. I wasn't just... How the fuck am I just going to go down my timeline and see Rich Brian? Like, I have to search for that to see.
Hey, I had to search for it too. And I'm just saying, he has a huge following, but of course he's Asian. And he has a big name out there. But I'm telling y'all right now, The Sailor is by far one of the best albums of the year. To me. Y'all niggas can think different, but to me, this is by far one of the best projects.
I mean, the people can listen to it. I'm not going to try to... That's one of those ones where I'm not, like, don't even try to debate me with it.
But you only listened to 2 songs, and then you just made up your mind. So
yeah,
you treating this shit like it's Lil Yachty or some shit like that. I know what I'm getting with Lil Yachty, a whole bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
So, but
I mean, you're right. I am treating it like it's Lil Yachty because I don't like the way Lil Yachty raps. Guess what? I don't like the way this dude raps.
Y'all can say what y'all want. It's still shocking.
And I will say what I want. I am saying what I want.
Notice I stopped talking because
I know.
Again,
I know. There's no debating what they do. I'm just more shocked.
You're not gonna tell me.
I'm just more shocked.
You're not gonna act like my fucking opinion is like lower, bro.
No, I'm not acting like it. I'm just shocked. That's all.
As am I.
Man.
My God, you like that shit?
Yeah.
What were some of the bars?
I'm gonna call you Oscar the Grouch.
Some of the bars I like.
Yeah.
What's it called? The old rapping sounds about. Like he was talking about. Fuck.
Because I mean, you said I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Like to call you call you up. You said
how he was talking about how he was talking about how he got shit. Because he's from Indonesia and shit like that, and how he came to America on Yellow. And then how he was talking about how he's like trying to do it for his own people and shit like that. And then Slow Down Turbo, what he was just pretty much like kind of on the supersonic speed and shit, not like rapping, but the way it was like produced and everything, it was just a whole vibe. I don't know. That's all I could really say. The album's fucking great, and that's just me. So let's move the fuck on. Other music dropped too. Like he said, that I thought people were scared that Chance was dropping. Everyone just said, "Fuck out of here."
Nobody was scared of Chance.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying for the example. It's like the floodgates open after Beyonce dropped. It was like the whole stampede open of artists saying, "Fuck out of here, Chance!" and stomp over his ass. And of course,
it makes sense. Nobody respects the nice guy.
Yeah, he needs to stop. And he needs to stop acting like he needs to stop acting like he's the fucking nice guy. Anyway, Big Sean came out of nowhere with 2 tracks. Overtime. And Single Again, which featured his ex, Gianna Alco, and Ty Dolla $ign on the hook and shit, doing background vocals.
Lifetime supply of pussy for him.
Man, I feel this is all just a fucking publicity stunt, and I didn't believe it, but it's just whatever. I liked Overtime. Overtime was cool. Single Again was, I don't know. I'm kind of blah on that song. You guys?
Overtime was just like, okay, he's back rapping. So it was kind of, all right, you're announcing that you're approaching pretty soon. So cool, you put something out, but I don't think I hope that's not a part of the album. Then when Single Again dropped out, I was like,
they filmed the video for it. They dropped the video today.
Single Again dropped, and I was like, all right, that sounds a lot better. So we'll see how it all plays out for him. But I mean, I'm anticipating.
He seems like he's in a better space right now because he said, he was kind of depressed and shit. So.
Yeah, so he was talking about, just how he's overcoming that. Now, one thing I will say is, as much as I like Big Sean, the Big Sean is whack jokes are funny as hell. So
I don't get it.
What the fuck?
I don't get J. Cole.
So when
I've been offline for a couple days.
No, it's been like that for.
No, it's been like that for
years. You're talking about like all the old shit?
No,
just his whole career.
His whole career. They feel he's
it hasn't stopped.
I thought you meant like it just started up again. Like
somebody tweeted and said, Big Sean,
Bryson Tiller.
It was when Big Sean, he got himself clean. He took care of his health. He started eating right, just to come back and release some bullshit for the timeline. And I was like,
shit.
Yeah, that's funny. I like that. Even though I like the songs, that's still funny.
I don't know why niggas be dissing Big Sean like his shit don't smack. And when you go to his concerts, the shit fucking be smacking. So it's like, that's why I'm saying Twitter is like its own little world and everyone is just living in their bubble and they don't go outside. I don't know. Big Sean's always been fire. Him, Wale, J. Cole. Who else don't they like?
They definitely don't like Crit.
They don't like M. They don't like.
I know a bunch of people that are like, I don't want to hear that those slave raps.
Shit.
Even the Crit jokes to me are funny.
They say Eminem's the most trashiest rapper of all time. I'm like, all right, who else? They don't go at Wale no more. I think what other rapper that's like hella good? I think those are the top.
They always did that with Logic.
Logic too.
Then it took a while for me to be like, yeah, you guys were right. All right.
Yeah. Logic,
you were right.
Yeah, Logic too. But sometimes they just trash them like they're the trashiest people in the world, and then you look at the fucking first week charts and they're like number 1, and they be all, and then they get quiet.
That's why the jokes is always funny, because after the week is up, they're just jokes, and you got to deal with the facts.
No, he's still trash. I don't care if he's number 1. White people write that shit. All right, whatever. Bryson Tiller dropped randomly out of his woke up out of his coma for 2001.
That shit came and went, and it sounded so good. And then right when I was like, "All right, get with it," it ended, and I was like,
"It was 2 minutes. It was like less than 2 minutes."
All right, you gonna play them games? All right, cool.
And he dropped another song too when he was on another like DJ Snake.
That's
track
how
or
I
whatever.
felt about the Nile, but y'all giving me shit about that one.
Well, that was your fault.
Yeah, this is a Bryson Tiller solo track.
This is not. He's not on a song with Beyonce on the Lion King soundtrack.
Dude, you guys are acting like I'm saying that Kendrick should have took over the whole shit. No, I'm saying that it should have been a longer song. A longer song. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just a longer song.
You think Beyonce wanted to get renegaded? You think she wants to feel like
you see what happened when
Why
Freedom?
wouldn't she just continue with another verse?
Because the Nile
or a bridge.
She wasn't trying to let that Freedom shit
or
happen
another
again.
fucking like replay
that
the
song
hook.
Was, they were
something.
equally good on Freedom. Kendrick and Beyonce were equally good on that record.
Well, I'm saying he was too good for her.
You ain't doing that shit again.
Like just look at her track record with her features.
Who was
the only one that competes really is Jay.
Because that's the husband, and Hove handpicks the rappers because insecurity reasons.
Right.
But I mean, look, like it was Hove. It's always Hove, Kanye, Cole, Andre 3000, and Kendrick, and Ghostface Killer.
Yeah.
And then fucking Slim Thug.
She got Lil Wayne and T.I. in their heyday, but that was a Destiny's Child track.
Yeah, that was a Destiny's Child track. Yeah.
You can look at that and be like, oh yeah, Beyonce, T.I. and Lil Wayne
Drake
came with it. You know what I mean? Like
and Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then she replied to Drake with a fucking ad lib with "Can I?" You remember that? "Can I?" with Drake, and then she just said "Can I?"
Yeah.
Maybe. How did we get here? Bryson Tiller. That's why. See how quick that shit went? We just talked about that, and then we started talking about Beyonce
for 2 minutes. The length of the track.
Yep. Shit.
But I'm excited for what he's got. Hopefully, it's longer than 2 minutes.
Probably the next single will be 1 minute.
Yeah.
It'll be a whole album full of interludes.
Yeah.
Kendrick is coming, bro.
I'm not even tripping on that. I don't even
know if he's coming.
I don't know where you're.
Not me neither. I don't know when he wants.
I don't know where you're getting this from, though. Because I said the Nile.
No,
because the Nile. If I'm not
the album. You keep saying he won an album this year.
Yeah, but did I say it right now?
Well, I was just ready to announce that him and his fiance Whitney just welcomed in a baby girl.
Hey,
so he's. I made the sound effect already while y'all was going back, but
well.
No, I already made that sound effect. We already did. No, you missed it. See now?
Bring that shit back now.
Because you don't respect the flow.
The flow. I was just talking. Let's bring it back over here, man.
I'm good.
He's being a meeting with the soundboards now. He wants to have all control of the soundboard.
Well, I mean, there's no room.
Got more space. Oh my god.
What happened to your shaft, Robert? I'll make the sound effects.
So anyways,
her
it's easy to mute.
Anyway, her dropped 21. I didn't listen to that track. How was that? It was just a single.
It was
I figured.
Like it was honestly, it's her sound, but it was
Okay, now let's get to the highlight that took to it when Chance was taking his sweet ass time. Rick Ross was just like, got a song with Drizzy.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
That album's got to come up next.
Golden Roses. I said flat out he was gonna have the best rap album. I've been holding back on it. He said he's gonna have the best rap album of the year, and by Rick Ross featuring Aubrey, Golden Roses was an album. It was a deep album cut. I don't know why he released it. I honestly felt he should have kept it on the album and let everyone hear it in sequence of the album. You know what I mean? In the mind frame of it. Because Drake's verse was vintage Aubrey.
I disagree with that. I'm a big fan of artists like Ross. I don't need you to release 3 or 4 songs. Release one of them 6-minute joints. And then just let me wait to get to the album. I feel like for the big of the hype that this got, he didn't need to drop Big Time.
He really didn't.
Like if you think about the grand scheme of things,
he should just
they've done the video. He shot the video with Jordan Woods, and this is all people are talking about.
Round of applause for Jordan Woods for that fast. Shit. Round of applause. Round of fucking applause.
Hey man. Kardashian's got the black women fucked up.
No, she just
picked the right one with the right backing, and you can't bully him.
She cashed in on Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
shit. But anyway,
but no, I'm a big fan of this record. Like I heard this shit, and again, jokes is funny. I like the jokes when it comes to Drake and the writing and all that. I got done listening to his verse,
yeah,
and I was like, I don't give a fuck who wrote that. That's dope.
Vintage art.
Incredible.
I felt he ripped it on Metra. Like how do you call it?
Omerta?
Or Murta. I felt that was the best rapping he done. And this one, it wasn't surprising to me. And of course she rapped this way. And everyone's all shocked. Oh my god, this is just oh my god. But it was just like y'all shocked? He can, and they're more shocked that I gave him props.
Never understood.
I don't get that. Like, why do
they really feel I hate this man?
I don't understand. Because to me, this shit is trash. I'm playing. It's not that bad.
You lying to yourself.
It's cool. It's cool, man. Whatever.
Everyone just kind of just looked at you, just silently, like, yes, let that hate go, bro.
Nah, I'm not even hating on it. Like, it's really not that bad.
All right. Well, yeah.
I only heard it once though, so
I only listened to it twice. So I want to hear it in the.
I had this shit on repeat all weekend.
Wow. Shit.
See, like it's this was because sometimes you got to keep it. You just got to play in different settings. This shit sounds great at home. This shit sounds great in your headphones. It sounds great in the speaker. It sounds great during the day driving. Sounds great during the night driving. It just sounds great.
You should just release this as the first single then.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Rick Ross is the type of artist where I don't need to hear singles from him because I know that his brand is going to bring it with the album. Like, he's built that trust with me. So, in this instance, maybe it was a week too early considering you still got 2 weeks to the album.
Oh, it's coming out in 2. Oh, damn. He's really
he fucked up.
Right, so I'm saying maybe a week. Maybe the week before.
I thought it was coming out this month.
No, it's August 9th. This week's August 2nd.
I know.
But from this standpoint, no, I love the idea of not going through 3 or 4 singles. Just release what you probably feel is one of the top 3 tracks from your album, preferably a deep cut. And then let us salivate till we get the album.
Well, speaking of his album, some dude on Twitter, I guess, had a private listening session of his album, and he was kind of going through the cuts. And he was saying a lot of shit. He said there's a Nipsey feature on there. He was saying the Nipsey and Tiana Taylor track, which Ross has confirmed. He was saying the rapping is pretty good. Drake dropped a really good verse. But then, this was like last week before we went on the air. And we didn't talk about it. We're going to talk about it now. Then he said, was it Maybach Music 5? 6. Maybach Music 6 is back. And there was a verse from Pusha T. From Pusha T and Lil Wayne.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Because at first I was just like, damn, Lil Wayne and Pusha T. Did you guys hear that shit? Lil Wayne and Pusha T. And then we were like, oh
my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Seriously.
I legit just looked at it and I was like, wow.
How did this happen? And according to what Ross said, he didn't notify them. He just brought them together. He didn't notify them. They recorded their verses separately. And I guess when he heard it back, he just felt like this is too damn good, so I'm going to put them together. And I felt maybe in the future they could squash their beef. And I was like, I don't know about that. But he said that I guess the dude said Pusha signed off on the verse, so I guess it's all on Weezy. And
yeah, the way Ross was talking about in an interview, shit, this might not even make the cut because of the situation.
Ah, shit.
So
I don't even know why he did that. Like, it's like, if you gotta at least let them know, or someone's gonna redo their verse, and we're about to get stomped 2019 in this bitch.
Well, I mean, it's
if we all know what I mean. If you know, you know.
I mean, I can get where he's coming from the standpoint of, I mean, let's take Golden Roses, for example. In that same interview, he revealed that Golden Roses was created out of his and Drake's conversation about Nipsey's death. Like, Nipsey's passing inspired Golden Roses. Like, think about that for a moment. Nipsey's passing inspired Golden Roses. In my opinion, I haven't heard Drake rap like that in years. So, that passing inspired that. To me, that's incredible. When you factor in Drake and Meek squashing their situation, which was enabled Ross to work with Drake and get this record.
Right.
Ross is probably looking at it from the standpoint of, I want to do records with both Wayne and Push more often. But I can't do that because, I gotta kind of stay neutral and behind the scenes with both their stuff going on. And so from that aspect, I get it.
Yeah, but then again, the petty person in me is like, okay, who's gonna change their verse and put it in the subliminal to the other artists on some fucking, what's it called, 1, 2, 3, 4 stomp shit? Like, who's gonna do it, Pusha or fucking Wheezy?
I don't think Ross would allow it. You know, it would be one of those deals where it's like, if your verse is in, like, either you're with
they said Pusha already signed off.
But that's what I'm saying. It's on Wayne. Like, I don't think he'll be like, okay, Wayne, you can re-record it. Like, it's can we go with it or not?
I would wonder how Drake feels. Like, my boss is on the same track with my enemy. That's chess,
that would
motherfucker.
Be interesting.
And I would look at Ross kind of sideways, like, nigga, word? And you're gonna watch him put him back to back. That would be the funniest part.
I mean, the thing of it is, though, is this feud,
it's also,
while it's
entertaining,
it's open and it can definitely tie into both ends. There's nothing that's happened on the streets with this feud, right? So it's not like, you know, they've reached a level where there's no going back. And I feel like when you reach a certain age in hip hop, at that point, it's like, who the fuck cares?
It was almost
like we had the moment started at the beginning. I agree with you. It started at the beginning of the decade. We're about to close the decade.
It was like, petty shit anyway.
I was gonna say, that's the part I was gonna say, bro. It was over
some fucking
vapes, yeah.
Fucking bathing ape, like seriously.
And then then Drake got into it, and then they were sending subliminals, and it was like a cold war between both of them for like years. And then they hit its peak with Story of Adidon with Drake, and I don't know. Ross probably just wants the peace, and if anyone could get Pusha T and Lil Wayne on the same record, oh shit, Rick Ross, I guess.
He would be somebody that could get it done.
I mean, shit. I remember when Kanye did Late Registration, and he put the Diamonds remix featuring Jay-Z at one track, and then he put Remajor that featured Nas. This is back when they was still low key kind of beefing. He said he did that because he wanted them to squash it, and then like a year or two later they squashed it. Right. So hopefully the song, because the Maybach Music series has been kind of MIA for a minute. So
it was on.
Was it on Rather You Than Me?
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it was the last track.
Who was featured? Nobody?
It was
it's ball look.
Because it wasn't my fit. It was last on my list in terms of the series. Like,
yeah,
it didn't compare to the other, but it was there.
Let's look. Maybach Music 5 featuring Dej Loaf. Yeah. I don't know why he had Dej Loaf on that shit. Who was on 4?
Neo.
That's right. When you get this, is L.A. Reid.
Yep. That shit was so fucking cinematic.
Why was L.A. Reid there? I don't know.
Well, he was his executive producer.
But why was he? It was just so random. Oh yes.
I mean, because when L.A. Reid is, your executive producer.
No, all I heard was just, oh yes.
There is powerful niggardry at work here.
This is L.A. Reid. Like, fucking creepo. Well, he is one, so.
Shit. That wasn't creepy though.
No,
I enjoyed that portion.
I know, but
you get a motherfucker that's a legit boss in the industry.
But you know why he's quiet now, right?
Yeah, and that's fine.
Me
that's fine, and I'm not excusing that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody that's accredited throughout history.
I get it.
Over decade. It was
just random. Who was on 3? Hove and Wayne? No,
that was T.I., Jadakiss, and Erykah Badu.
Yes, and then 2 was
Wayne, Kanye, and T-Pain.
I'm thinking, which one was Hove on?
The first one.
Yes, and someone put him on.
We just said 4, but
listen,
5, 4, 3, 2.
No, because someone made a 2.5 or 3.5 that featured an unreleased Hove verse. That's what I'm trying to say. So I was like, oh, okay. It was like a long time. It was like an unreleased Hove verse, and they called it like Maybach Music 2.5 or 3.5. All around, Ross's album I'm really anticipating. So
yeah, we've all been anticipating.
For sure. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've just been waiting on that. I mean, and then fortunately there was some album announcements that come out. There's again, the floodgates were just open.
As soon as Beyonce dropped, it was everyone just are you with me, Lions? And they all shit.
So for those who know her on a lower level and know the features, singer Snow Allegra, she's going to be dropping her project on the 16th
of August.
And then Jeezy announced that TM 104 is dropping on the 23rd.
So 2 weeks after Ross.
Fam, 2 weeks in between Ross and Jeezy, like, I'm here for it.
And you know there's going to be a lot more to come out in between there, too.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that.
That's cool. And our favorite artist, you just can't get away from it. Like Lil Bow Wow, you can't get away from Lil Nas X. That
Unfortunately.
boy, for you, he broke, again, he is the longest, he broke a Billboard Hot 100 record. He is now the longest reigning, it's the longest reigning song in Billboard Hot 100 history, was 16. Old Town Road. 17, yes.
Yeah.
He outsold Bieber. He outdid Bieber. He outdid Boyz II Men, Mariah Carey, and I want to say
all them motherfuckers.
All them niggas. I won't be surprised Mariah Carey jumps on the remix. At this point, Dolly Parton already said she wants in.
Told you.
Yeah.
Garth Brooks. I'm saying I still want Garth Brooks. Just make a One Blood remix at this point. He just
all of them. And
he released another remix with the rapper dude from that K-pop group BTS, and I was just like, there's a remix. There's a Diplo remix to this song. I was like, all right.
Yeah, that one's not official though.
What? He promoted it.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
What's next?
Oh, fucking never mind.
Have Tupac and Biggie on it.
Might as well.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Might as well.
Said no one ever.
You say that now. You say
it's gonna pop up and it's gonna be number one.
It's gonna be
37th week.
It's gonna be your fault.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't see no one dethroning him. Only person I could see dethroning him would be Adele, and should be on the remix too. Maybe Drake. He'll be on the remix. I don't know. So
he'll get dethroned eventually, but
I don't know by who. But that's the question.
I don't know, man. But every time there's like a song that just lasts forever like this, I seriously get tired of it. So this is nothing new.
Hey,
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm not sorry.
I've been said it was supposed to be done with it.
I was talking to the motherfucking microphone.
Oh, you mean
the people?
The people. I watched that clip again. I still laugh.
You know, we gotta talk about that fucking movie one day.
Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
This motherfucker. Okay.
Did all that shit for some pussy?
No.
Was in the friend zone?
No. We're not even on that. Just hear me out. So Bane whoops this motherfucker's ass, right?
Batman.
Then he flies him halfway across the goddamn Atlantic.
Leaves him there.
Goes into the damn jail. Leaves him in there. Tells him when he's finished with Gotham, he's going to come back to finish him. But according to the story, it was gonna be a murder-suicide anyway, so he was supposed to leave in Gotham. Like, what the fuck was the point of that?
No, he told him, no, he said, when Gotham is in ashes, then I will give you my permission to die. Pretty much saying, when everything blows up, then you can kill yourself. You can try to escape, but your back's fucked up, so.
And then when he gets out, how'd he get back home?
Superman.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
he walked. It was a nice long Old Town Road. That's what Bruce Wayne did. I'm glad he goes right back to
walked the same fucking route Mike Posner walked.
Shit. He probably got a plane. He probably caught a red eye out of whatever country he was in and got there in less than a week or 2 days when Gotham
Bruce
was
Wayne, the fucking Dark Knight Rises is what inspired Mike Posner.
Fucking shit.
There's always that debate about which one was a better trailer.
Damn you, DC.
Which one was a better trailer? Fucking Dark Knight trilogy or the Captain America trilogy? And Dark Knight's the better movie out of all of them, but we talk about consistency.
It's Captain America. Mm-hmm. I don't know why people are just weird.
No, the people they get caught up in their emotions and shit.
Because I mean, again, Dark Knight Rises that's my beef with it, and there's just a lot of plot holes.
Shouldn't have been
Batman
made.
Begins is kind of like, all right, you got something, but you're taking too long to get to the fucking point.
Seriously,
I just remember hearing that rumor what the plan was going to be. It was going to be the Joker on trial. That was, and when Heath Ledger as the man, that would have been so fucking fire. But
they said that, but then Nolan came out like years later, and he's like, nah, that wasn't the route we were going to go. So who the fuck knows?
Yeah, it shouldn't have been made if you really want to get down to it. Dark Knight Rises, but the people demanded it, and you got it. Now you mad, so that's what you get.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know what? You know what people like me should be getting.
What?
A fucking ESPN like network for hip hop.
You've been saying that.
Like I'm so for real because
I thought Revolt was gonna be that.
The news that we were getting over the past week, I'm like, fam, I would have been glued into the fucking TV to have news just pop off the screen like that, and then them going in depth with that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like hip hop took a big W this week. Shit, DJ Khaled, man. Like let's just start there.
Yeah, first start with Khaled and then get to Arbery.
So Khaled ends up, of course, we already know his deal with Apple Music, right? Mm-hmm. They're promoting them heavy over there and all that good jazz.
It's not as mysterious.
Right. So they announced that they're going to be updating his role. He's now the first artist in residence. So what that means is he will be creating and executive producing standalone special editions of the Apple Music playlist. For example, you have the Apple Music playlist, The Office DJ. Well, Khaled's just going to remix it. No, so now it'll be known as the Office DJ Khaled playlist. Which to me is kind of like, oh, wow, you're really doing that? But that's significant. Considering the fact that he's touching what... You know how many people listen to these playlists on a daily basis?
A lot of people.
Now he's just freaking it and remixing it. So you got that many viewers tuning to him.
Or
I feel like that's a dope way to get somebody to be a part of music without having them release tracks every single month.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. Now you're listening to a playlist that's personally curated and handled by DJ Khaled.
Yeah. That's pretty dope. That's pretty cool.
The only issue that I could see with that, it's dope. Don't get me wrong. It's fucking awesome. But just to people who are like put off by DJ Khaled, you know what I mean? Like they see him and
especially
it's like,
what he did with the whole Tyler the Creator situation.
That's the only thing. I think they probably may have gotten the wrong person.
But for me,
but it's awesome that he was able to attain that, though. You know what I mean?
I get it, but at the same time, I don't, because I'm like, this ain't his music. He's just putting a playlist.
It's
together.
just him as a person.
But just exactly.
Him as a person.
Just being put off by him because of the whole situation, and him being just over the top the way he is.
Right.
Not a lot of people like fuck with that. You know what I mean?
I get it, but how much money is backed behind him?
No, I
money talks, bullshit walks. You know
I get it,
so like,
but they can give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Khaled,
not people. People are fickle. That's why you can't base.
Well, I get you.
You can't.
They can still be annoyed by them.
You can't bet on today's fans versus what's going to be put out tomorrow because they change their minds like this like all the time.
Oh, they're over it.
I know.
They're over it, but they can stay. But they have great memories. And
like, don't get me wrong, the Tyler the Creator fans are likely going to remember that. But really, realistically, how people they wake up wanting to look at something to get pissed off for the day, and then they forget about it literally a day later.
A lot of people are like that too.
So you could have people that were pissed off, like, oh, Khaled shouldn't have done that. They're gonna rush right to these fucking playlists. That's just the simple truth. Like what he did, it's not like he called him a homophobic slur or anything like that. He just stated, and it looked like he was fake.
Yeah.
But how many motherfuckers in this industry look like they're fake, and people still buy the product?
But DJ Khaled's like the most theatric person. But I know what you mean by that. So anyway, good.
But even then, like, I would have loved to fucking breaking news. We just got this in. DJ Khaled is now Apple Music's franchise player.
I feel like that's what Revolt was supposed to be. I really feel that's what it was going to be, and I don't think Diddy found his footing with that.
See, they could have did that, and
that's what I felt Everyday Struggle was.
Look, ESPN, they got Screaming A. You know who could have been the hip hop themed ESPN Screaming A? That's Joe fucking Budden.
Easy.
Can you imagine Joe Budden calling this shit out? Yeah, it's good, but who gives a fuck in the long run?
That's Joe and fucking. That's what Everyday Struggle was with Joe and Academics. That was the perfect mashup.
Right. So I see that happen. And then another piece of news I would have loved to have seen have been breaking news is Meek Mill.
Yeah.
I wake up and see that Meek is no longer on probation because they basically throwing out that 2008 case.
And getting a new trial.
Yeah.
Now he's a free man.
It's not even guaranteed he's going to get a new trial because all the evidence is stacked up against the fucking prosecutor.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's all bullshit evidence.
So he's a free man. And not only that, him and Hov came together and they've launched Dream Chasers, the label.
Well, it's already been launched. Now he just has the
official. Yeah, distribution. Now it's like just... Now it is what it is.
Right. Now it's like a joint label.
A joint label, yeah.
Or a joint venture, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hov just putting his crack on everything.
Seriously.
And if we go to Arbery...
Well, we ain't done with it. Like,
what else do we
expand
got?
on it.
What about it? About Dream Chasers and we just saw him?
No, considering where he was 2 or 3 years ago.
He was in jail and now he's out. Now he got this. And his documentary is going to air in like 2 weeks.
I was going to go in something more introspective. Talking about when he came out and drew the line against Drake. Did you think that 4 years later you could be standing here saying, damn, he got even bigger and he not only did he overcome it, he's now a bigger, better artist and person than when he was from when he did that 4 years ago.
Better albums than Drake musically.
So that's what I was saying. Like this isn't something to just rush over, fam. Like
I'm not rushing. No, it's just like he has that, and it's like it's great. And like now he's really just one of the big, like not one of the big artists, but it's just like he's one of the big artists. No, one of the big. I was about to say, as soon as he broke up with Nicki and got out of jail, he just flourished. So the example I just want to say, gentlemen, Get rid of a toxic woman. And you flourish.
I will say this: he definitely established himself. You know what I mean? In that upper echelon.
And he changed, and you could tell he changed a lot compared to how he used to be. Especially how he used to be on social media. He was acting like an ass.
Well, even musically,
and
you could hear it.
Oh yeah, championships and everything.
I mean, it's even like I said when he was in jail, and when I retracted my statements after finding out more about the story, like he doesn't deserve to be there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like, well, he's there. I hope he's taking the time to reflect, not grow bitter.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And because he could have sat and there became bitter. Could have came out like Pac, and next thing you know, he's got 10 or 11 months left on the planet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
So plus, he got out of when he got out of jail, he fucking flew on a jet to the fucking what was it, the
Game 5 of the Phillies in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. That's still wild. Just wake up one day and you get a phone call. Yo, Kevin Hart's picking you up, and the owner of the fucking the Sixers. Huh?
Word.
Get dressed. What? What the fuck?
I don't even think he said that. I think he woke up and was like, word. Can I get a haircut?
and the next thing you know, he's on a fucking. He's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But shit.
That's why I knew you weren't like rushing it, but stories like that, like it ain't just about okay, next topic. Like you gotta really evaluate that a moment to just say this is somebody who was literally like spiraling.
Yeah.
If you think about it, he was spiraling.
Oh yeah,
out of control.
And then after that, he dropped a critically acclaimed album, probably one of his best sounding albums. Got with Hove, man, came together and launched the label. Now, hopefully, and he has artists on there, so
yeah,
they have a good. And good for him.
And again, like I said earlier, in that the little situation that he had with Drake is
now it's like the 4-year anniversary.
Now they're on each other's projects again.
Yeah, and it's also like, today, as we're recording this, it's the 4-year anniversary of Back to Back when that dropped. And yeah, one dropped great albums.
It's also the 5-year anniversary of Party Next Door's first project.
Yeah, how do you feel about that one?
It's my favorite one.
The second one?
No, the first one.
Oh no, today's the anniversary of the second one.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, well,
she's all, never mind. I take that shit back. Yeah. Fuck it.
I like the first one.
I'm blonde both of them. I hate the third.
Well, there's 3 of them.
I know. I said I'm blonde the first 2, and I really do not like the third one. He dropped the ball on the third one.
Yeah, the first one to me is cool.
Party Next Door is like fetch, man. These OVO, some of these niggas on Twitter, they look at him like he's fetch, and they feel he's gonna happen. And I'm like, no, he's just not going to happen.
Well, solo wise, he's not going.
That's what I mean.
Like,
solo
career wise, he's made it happen.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah.
As a songwriter, oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
But as an artist,
I mean, he'll never have to work again just based off of work.
Yeah, but as an artist,
yeah.
Very ironic.
As an artist, it's just no, it's not. They try to make him better than Weeknd and shit. No. Anyway, speaking of OVO, Drake got a new deal.
Yep. Would have loved to have seen this on the little ticker if they had their own network, man. I'm telling you, somebody got to come up with that shit, man. Like I say it jokingly, but I also say it very true. Like
it was
seriously,
MTV.
like hip hop needs a network.
It was
not
MTV.
No BET shit where you just throw. That it's cool for what it serves its purpose for. They got reality shows, they play, black directed, black produced films. That's cool. I'm talking about legit coverage of the culture on a daily fucking basis.
That used to be MTV at one point in time when they had the MTV news break and shit. And then you saw Sway and you saw all them other people and they talk about what the little news breaks in music between videos. That was MTV. And now
I didn't even think about that.
It was.
But you're definitely right.
I'm old as fuck.
But even then, it wasn't what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it wasn't
like,
on a hip-hop
I'm talking
level.
about literally you taking ESPN's First Take, Sports Center, all that shit, mash shit up, and just create it.
I'm talking about overall music, and I know what you mean. It was like that at one point, but now we have a different time era, and we have the internet. So one day, I think that's what Diddy, again, I keep saying, I think that's what Diddy was trying to do with Revolt. I think he really is trying to do that, but I don't know what he's lacking on. So he tried to rely too much on state of the culture and then other stuff. Just I don't know.
I hope so, man. Like I really do.
But yeah, Drake got a new deal with Sirius XM and Pandora, and I guess it's by far and apparently it's the biggest deal in Pandora Sirius XM history.
I would imagine, considering that it's the first deal of the Sirius XM and Pandora's history.
Yeah, because he literally just took his talents away from Apple Music, and now he's going over there.
Which now makes all the more sense as to why Khaled
took over.
You know,
for Apple.
he is now the focal point there.
Because it was like, damn, Drake was like they're the vocal point of OVO of Apple Music, and you had OVO Radio, and I thought the concept of the OVO Radio was dope. Just episodes of him playing his favorite tracks, or just has a DJ on there, and then you just put some unreleased songs here and there and shit like that. That was a great concept, but then when it just started easing away, and then he just kept away, then he dropped the Family Feud freestyle while he was kind of trying to drop bars negotiating his check because he wasn't getting a lot of money on his check, and then all of a sudden OVO Radio just went, and now it's reappearing on Pandora / Sirius XM.
I'm just thinking of the analysis of that transaction, like it's free agency. Did Apple Music make the right decision? Well, what the fuck do you think? They let go the biggest selling hip hop act in today's age for somebody who doesn't rap on the record. Just the analysis of it.
Yeah. Just like break it all down.
And Hov is just
by the numbers.
Right.
And Hov is probably looking at him like, well, shit. Should have came over to Touty. You would have gotten more money.
One of that in playlist covers, though.
Elliot. Gotta say it together. Elliot.
Like, I try to use Tidal as much as possible. I just find myself using Tidal when it's concert or show times.
Yeah, when it's Tidal exclusive and shit. Yeah,
I use Tidal to look at the credits to see what's on,
part
and
too.
they have everybody on that bitch.
Well, see, Spotify's got that now too.
But,
does it?
Yeah,
but Tidal's more organized with it. Maybe I'm OCD.
I mean, Tidal, what they have over Spotify is it'll go to links of the guys' pages and stuff. So they have that.
Right.
But, I mean, Spotify got the credits now too, so it's like one of those things where it's like.
I was gonna say, because I was actually listening to the E40 one on Tidal. It didn't have none of the producers besides Chase the Money.
I think that's the label. I think that's more the label, because E40, that happened on the last few E40 albums. He never fucking submitted the producers.
Wow, because they're all on Wikipedia.
Yeah,
seriously.
Maybe that's I think when you gotta buy the album to fucking find out that shit.
Now, as far in terms of Drake's deal, I think it's a great fucking deal.
Oh, good for how much?
I mean, obviously the money isn't. Obviously, the money hasn't been introduced, so I don't know.
I think they did.
I just know that the money's obviously higher than what Apple Music was going to give him, because if that was the case, he would have stayed.
Right now, he's probably have his own station. He's probably
right.
Really gonna have
that's what he has. They're going to give him his own channel,
OVO Radio.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
So, as somebody who's had Sirius for 4 years now.
That's pretty much he has a Shade 45 now.
Yeah,
like
he's going to have that. I think that's incredible. Considering now he has, because I mean, think about it for a second. I didn't necessarily tune in on a regular basis to OVO radio, but it was a dope concept. The problem was that it was so fucking far spaced out and few between. Like, if you're gonna do something like that, do it.
It was like every 2 weeks at first.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it every 2 weeks, try to at least do it once a month. Even because I know his schedule is gonna be crazy just with the touring and the album and just his features, all that. At least get it to once a month. They were literally going like spans of like 2 or 3 months.
I think that was towards the final years, like the final months when you could tell he was kind of like itching away, because they don't even do the Dr. Dre radio shit no more.
Right, like it's just like Apple's just gotten away from what the reason why I subscribed. Which was you have extra stuff like Beats One Radio. Now I have all this access. And now it's to the point where I'm like, I'm playing all this shit on Spotify.
Does Vince Staples still have his radio station?
Yeah, but now it's starting to,
it's kind of dwindle away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he probably saw that check. Hey, cut. What about money? Okay.
So, I mean, from that aspect, I mean, only time will tell in terms of how significant the move is. But in terms of getting his own channel, having his own creative control, like when you have your own channel, you are expected to have content 24/7. Because XM Radio does not turn off.
It keeps going. Right. Well, look on the bright side, Apple fans. At least you got Queen Radio.
When was the last time that came on?
On Friday. And you know who she introduced?
I don't even tune in.
You know who she interviewed? Chance.
That makes sense. Got to interview
He's
Ken.
a nice guy.
Got to interview Ken.
Yeah, well.
That's the Ken.
That's his name.
No, it's not.
No, it's Chancellor.
It's Chancellor.
Oh, Ken. Yeah, the fake doll. I see what you did there. Anyway.
Good job.
Yeah.
So a tweet came out from Hip Hop News. You got to take them from a grain of salt, but you got to pay attention because they have a verified check and they need them fucking retweets. So apparently, they said that Drake just made over $278 million in just music sales, but only took home around $27 million.
Which is about 10 to 11%.
Of like, yeah. And I was just like, what the?
What kind of shit is that?
And I was just like, hold up, what? And you know, Drake fans get like, oh, you don't know the numbers, Buzzby, you're wild. I'm like, I just retweeted this shit. What the fuck? Man, shut up. Don't press it. But just shut up. I can't say nothing like...
you didn't even say it, though. You just retweeted it.
and commented. And I was like, what?
For me, as somebody who's... And this is just an outsider looking in. I'm not trying to call myself an expert.
Right.
Or by any stretch of the means. It's just what I've examined over the years in terms of contracts. This is actually a good contract in terms of industry standards. Recouping 11% back. And not owning your masters. This is actually a very good contract.
And he doesn't own his masters. I forgot about that.
So it didn't.
He wouldn't get a Prince.
So to read it, it didn't shock me. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Seeing that, it's like, okay, he's obviously worth a lot more net worth wise.
Fuck yes, he is.
But that is accumulating the endorsements, the tours, the merchandise, the label.
So that's why he dropped so much music. Oh damn!
It's also why Kanye has dropped what he's been dropping. It makes more sense why, even though the content isn't good, well, you're in a lifetime contract. And you got to drop something.
But he has the Yeezy shit that's gonna cross over $1 billion, and Drake don't even got no clothing line. Well, he could have had it with an Adelon, but you know.
Yeah. So on the flip side, he's got an NBA ring. For somebody who ain't touched, you saying that about somebody that ain't played a fucking minute, and Jeremy Lin played 51 seconds.
Oh, might get a fucking ring if the Brooklyn Nets go there. So he only has like 1%. Everyone gets a ring. I get it. I know what you mean.
Well, Jay don't own anything. Jay had to give that up so he can rock Nation.
They'll give him a ring. He's Jay-Z.
Yeah, but I mean that's out of respect.
He is Brooklyn.
Yeah, but for somebody. For Drake being involved, I mean, I lose out the clothing line, but I get a championship ring.
But
it's a hell of a fucking.
But championship ring don't give me money.
That's what I was gonna say.
But his brand does. You don't think he recoups money off of Toronto Raptors?
Oh, he probably. I know he had the fucking.
That's what I'm saying. It's more than a ring.
I get you on that.
He recoups money off the Raptors because of the OVO sponsorship.
And then he has the Euphoria, which is the executive producer, which is getting critically acclaimed, which also got picked up for season 2.
Right, so when you factor all of that in, it makes sense why he's worth as much as he is. Mm-hmm. But in terms of strictly music, this also makes sense. That's why what doesn't make sense to me is people who always brag about their favorites' pockets, but they don't know the contracts. And I know they don't know the contracts because I guarantee there's a majority of the artists who don't even know their contracts.
That's for sure.
In the words
So bragging over somebody else's pockets, that's why it's always been confusing to me. It doesn't make sense because it's like, fam, you don't know what's going on.
And you don't even have a percentage of that pockets anyway. So
yeah, you bigging them up on Twitter ain't gonna make your bills
go away.
Shit. I wish it would.
In the words of Pusha T, you signed to one nigga that signed to another nigga that signed to 2 niggas. Man, that's bad luck.
Now factor in somebody else because I was having a conversation. Shout out my boy Shamal. We were having this conversation over the weekend, which was Future. How much do you think Future's recouping back? Because Future ain't selling $250 million worth. So let's examine that for a second.
Shit.
So not only is Future not recouping that, Future had to sign away 2 albums worth to Rocco to get out of that settlement and that deal.
And he dropped a whole bunch of mid.
So now factor in why it's important for Future to be touring and releasing enough music to tour and his merchandise. And then we brought up how I didn't even think about this, but it's a good point. I don't even know why Future hasn't been in talks with investors to get a big festival in Atlanta. Something like Future Fest would pop the fuck off every year.
Gave away a bag.
I hope so. Like, just think about that for a second. Somebody like Future hasn't been involved with like a festival type deal in Atlanta, which is basically at this point.
I can see T.I.
New York and L.A. are entertainment industry. If you want to talk about culture, the hub, it's Atlanta.
I can see T.I. doing that. Hell, I can see Outkast pulling a festival.
I can't even see Outkast.
Nah, I can't see that.
No.
They'd have to be too involved for that.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
but, it would be dope. Andre 3000 is too busy in Starbucks with his fucking flute.
Yeah,
so
he wants his breaks, and rightfully so. He's deserved it. At this
no, but I'm
point
just saying
in
the
his
people I can visualize doing it,
right?
Just,
but what I'm saying is that you have to go outside of the music to really solidify your portfolio, make sure that income's coming in. Because again, Drake's contract is a pretty good contract for not owning your masters, and that's 11% of $250 million. Imagine with somebody who's only recouping the labels back $15 million. Imagine what their takeaway is. And you got to subtract.
I see what you're saying.
And you got to subtract that from the advances they get. Because they driving around these cars and these chains, not realizing that they're covering their cars and their chains. This ain't gifts from the label.
Right.
This is part of your advance.
And that nigga's building that big ass house up there in Toronto. I mean, like and apparently I think he pays for OVO Fest too. That comes out of his pocket. So
I would imagine, but you got to also. I would imagine that the profits still outweigh the expenses, considering how much comes in. I mean, he does that at a time where, if I'm not mistaken, it's right around Carnival, right?
Carnival, yeah.
So,
okay, yeah, you already got all those people out there.
People are already going to try to find an excuse from what I've heard, and I want to get to Toronto. People are already trying to find excuses to stay in Toronto. So if he's doing this shit literally within weeks, I can see people like, okay, yeah, I'm coming back in a couple weeks. So I'm going to just stay for one day of Carnival, but I want to come back for OVO Fest weekend.
Right.
Well, we're pocket watching too much, but Drake, get your money. And
well, it's not about pocket watching.
Not pocket watching, but
it's enlightening people that, yeah, this may be shocking to you, but this is actually pretty standard procedure. Now you imagine and go back and rewind time and look at a case like TLC. Imagine how much
shit.
Again, this is
God. Okay, it's happening.
This is 11%. Imagine what TLC was recouping.
Shit.
They were
off of their shit.
Nothing.
Like $5,000.
Like again, we're talking about Drake 10, 11 years into his career.
Yeah.
TLC was on their debut album.
They're making nothing. Yeah, this is how you made $100 million and only get nothing back. That's how Lisa Lopez said that. But yeah, it's just, that's still interesting to me. I still remember that story like years ago. I think Julia Beverly broke it about how Drake was trying to be really like a sneaky bitch and try to get out of his deal by Cash Money. And then, Birdman was just denying it and shit. But she said, oh no, I have the documents. He literally tried to like get out of his deal. Hella like, I think around Take Care period, he tried to get out. And Birdman was like, no, take a picture with me. Take a picture with me, Playboy.
If I'm Birdman, I don't fault him for that. Like that's literally your cash cow right now. Why are you gonna let that walk away? You're gonna end up being it's gonna be a situation like Wu-Tang, where you just letting all these assets walk away from the company. That doesn't make no sense.
Oh, like
from a business standpoint.
I just remember he does not own his masters, so that's like when So Far Gone came out, and I saw that, I'm like, damn, you don't own.
But you also got to remember, a lot of people don't own their masters.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. That's the sad part.
And the thing of it is when I say a lot, I'm not breaking it down to strictly hip hop. There's a lot of people who have had careers as big or bigger than Drake.
Shout out to Taylor Swift. Shit.
You know what's funny? I was doing a
that's right near the top of the list, though.
Seriously. I was doing a delivery pickup for somebody's order, and then her song "We're Never Getting Back Together Again" played. And then as I'm standing there, I'm like, "You are never, ever, ever gonna get your masters."
Oh my god!
Yep. I hate to see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ari, get your money. Yeah, that's just karma for Taylor.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Speaking of money,
that's why I asked. I was like, "Do you really hate to
look
say
walking away with $27 million again?"
Yeah, I'll walk away with that.
You wish he would walk away with more, but from the industry standpoint, that's very good.
Hey, he's chilling right now. He's happy. I'm saying this is his off year. If you really want to think about it, music wise, this is like literally his off year.
This is bounce back year.
How's it what do you mean bounce back?
Took a big L last year, and now I'm
talking musically. Like
I'm just talking about
charts.
Musically.
Charts,
I'm just talking about career wise. Like for an off year, when I think of off year, there's no highlights in your off year.
You're gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Kendrick. Right. Kendrick is just like.
Well, I guess in some respects, Kendrick received the ultimate highlight, which is the highlight of becoming a father. Or a parent. So I guess it's that. But I'm just talking about in general, like not monetary items. Right. Usually there's nothing. I mean, again, he's going to get a championship ring. He's now probably prepping for the biggest OVO Fest, the most anticipated OVO Fest since its creation. You know what I mean? Like, has gotten pretty much a critically acclaimed response
TV
to his
show.
verse.
And
The TV show, you know what I mean? Like just that kind of stuff.
All
where,
the shit together.
Wait, this was his bounce back.
I get you.
Don't get in beefs. And the No Guidance video. That shit was fire too. The video was
No
funny.
Guidance video, man. Chris Brown not looking like Bobby Proud and
Nigga looked like a blooded prince.
Yeah.
He looked like Prince if he joined the Bloods, man.
Prince and Pac's love child.
Oh, yeah. There's powerful niggardry at work.
That wasn't the two people I thought about, but it was just like he looked like Prince from the Straight Up, the Word Up video. That's who he looked like. That's who Chris Brown looked like.
What was the video that Michael Jackson did when he was running with the Crips?
Oh, The Way You Make Me Feel.
It looks like he walked up to the Way You Make Me Feel video.
And them niggas just looked at him.
Yeah.
You better get the fuck up out of here. This is just, and but Drake was funny in that. And that makes me go back to like his acting ability. I'm like, damn, you just go back. I feel I think he's doing all this music because he does not want to go back to acting. He felt that'd be a step backwards for him because he's really good at that shit. You just go back.
I think it possibly would though from this perspective. The standpoint of having to prepare for a film or a show, it's a lot different than having to prepare musically.
Oh yeah.
Like in some instances, you got to be dedicated to the core of you got to go through body changes, and that's to both be in fit or to gain 30 pounds to play a character that's not fit.
Right.
And that's not even factoring in the hours you got to spend with the script, the 12 to 16 hour time slots on the set.
Oh, he knows.
So, from that standpoint of, I can't necessarily blame him. Yeah. I think he should be in a situation where he does more like Euphoria and starts producing a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
And putting his name behind a lot of this. But I used to be like you where it was like, yeah, get back into acting. But then in just seeing the overall picture, I'm like, nah, that means he would actually have to put all those man hours in to recoup that money.
And he's I've always felt he should just pull a Justin Timberlake and just disappear and only come back when you really, really feel inspired and not put out bullshit ass albums.
Right.
But when you look at that contract and he wanted to get out of Cash Money, he had to do what he had to do. Yep. So I think after this album, whatever, he keeps saying he's out the deal. And when you look at who's on there with the whole OVO shit, when it says, what's it called? Frozen Moments?
Moments.
And he might be out of that Cash Money deal. So,
yeah, it's possible.
But he's always silent.
Only time will tell.
He's always silent. Anyway, yeah, the No Guidance video is pretty dope. Fire.
Yeah.
Song's pretty funnier. But yeah, when it comes to the charts, he's been chilling. Yeah, he looks like he used up all his Infinity Stones for last year. So shout out to Aubrey.
Got to reset.
Shout out to Aubrey. Never thought I'd say that. Never thought you hear that on here, huh?
You ain't gonna hear it from me.
I know you won't. Anyway, we talking about money. We know we pocket watching. Let's pocket watch over at the fucking colleges and shit. LSU, you on the docket.
Audited now.
Motherfucker. Shit. $28 million locker room upgrades and you can't pay these motherfucking kids? Fuck out of here.
You hit the group chat like, are you kidding me? And Martine and I were looking like, oh, that's shocking to you?
No. I wasn't saying shocking. It was just like,
weird.
I sent it and I was just like, well, I just sent it. I didn't say nothing. It was just like, wow, this is just, it's not shocking just like, but when you see it, it's just, you're just saying, fuck them kids, huh?
I mean, the kids' lockers are pod beds.
Seriously? I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Look that shit up right now. I want you to go look that.
No,
it's a pod bed. I saw that and I was like, fam, if I'm a football player, that's my dorm room now.
Seriously,
that's my dorm room. It is a pod bed for them to unwind.
NFL doesn't even have that shit, man.
We talking about facilities that are. I think the Raiders facility in itself, the actual Vegas practice facility, I don't think it exceeds more than 15 or 20 mil.
I don't even think the Patriots shit is like that.
But that's accumulating obviously the big $1 billion because. The dope thing about the Raiders facility that a lot of these newer NFL teams did when they brought in new stadiums, they put the facility right next to the stadium. Mm-hmm. So the Raiders facility is going to be literally right next to it. It's similar to what Jacksonville's is like.
But this shit
here.
This shit right here.
Shit right here.
This shit right here Why, Craig?
This shit looks like a fucking club.
Yeah.
They could literally have a club in that bitch. If imagine if they were gonna recruit kids, and they just dim the lights and have strippers in there. That's pretty much what come to LSU.
But it's just like you said. This is all about recruiting. It's how do you get the best players? Okay, well let's give them a locker room that's 28 million.
Trying to pimp them.
Yeah, I mean, but
in essence,
yeah, but that's what the NCAA is. It's about pimping the kids out.
After you watch
the kids are the only ones that don't get to recoup anything. And even for those who are still opposed to paying the players, because you're looking at the grand scheme of things of, well, what about the players that don't bring in the money? Okay, fine, you win that argument, but then release the kids who can make that money. Release them to make money off their likeness.
We always talk about this shit every time we bring up these niggas.
But even then, it's like you could have taken away $1 million. You could have made a $27 million locker room. You could have spread out $1 million amongst them.
Yeah, seriously though.
$1 million would have went a long way.
Yeah. Amongst the whole team.
$1 million could have covered the whole team for 4 years.
Seriously,
like let's just be clear on that. It ain't like because again, when I say pay the kids, I'm not talking about give them money so that way they can go get the Hummers and shit like that.
Right.
I'm talking about put aside $1,000 for the kids. That way you take a portion, give back to if he wants to give back to his family, cover his own bills in terms of the phone bill, all that type of stuff,
books and all your other shit that you have to do when you're studying.
And then you have the leftover money for
whatever
for eating.
And you give them a monthly plan and make sure they don't overdraft. Teach them about financial gain. Man, fuck these.
I mean, it's always like I said before too. Is if you're having trouble trying to adopt it, then create a system that makes it easier for it. What kind of system? What kind of system do you make? A pay for grades. So if you want the athletic department to have a higher GPA, then just make it a point where it's like, okay, if your GPA is right here, you get X amount of dollars.
See, but the coaches don't give a fuck. They get, man, what? We still pay the kids, man. Yeah. Fuck.
Hey, but I'm gonna keep it completely honest. The LSU shit ain't touching Oregon's fucking locker room, dog.
Oh no.
And Oregon, and they about to upgrade too. Oregon saw that shit and they was like,
that's what you gonna do?
That's what you doing.
Do you know who our biggest booster is? For sure. We got you. Don't worry about that.
Famous alum?
Yeah.
And who's their biggest booster? Just say it.
He's the founder of Nike.
Phil Knight.
And ain't nothing in Oregon in that region.
Bro, Phil Knight pays LeBron, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about that for a second.
That's just wild.
He signs off on checks to give to LeBron James.
Yes.
But you ain't gonna give it to no college kid. LeBron said, fuck school, and went to the NBA. So that's what, man. I just get when I found out when they don't get paid, I'm like, and then I watch these college games, and it's just like they're doing all that shit, especially the national championship. All them people come there, and they're busting their ass. And you win a national championship, then what?
I mean, they get their stipends, but obviously at that point.
But then what? Then what? You gonna go to the NFL? You think you're gonna make it? Especially if you're sitting on the bench, you gonna make it? Shit, most likely.
No. Yep.
Anyway, what's next?
Well, somebody is getting paid from college since he left. Young Zion joined the Jordan brand. Jumpman. Yeah, he did.
$75 million for 7 fucking years. Good deal. Pay that black man.
Not bad at all.
He said, fuck school. Fuck these. See, that's when he went to that game, his Duke game, he saw all these motherfuckers getting paid. He was like, oh, I'm going to get paid. So, what's his contract for the NBA? If I remember correctly. Do y'all know?
I don't know this.
It's one of those joints where the rookie contracts are complicated to explain. So basically, what's going to happen is he's guaranteed 2 years, and then the team has those 2 team year options where they can opt him in.
But how much millions?
I don't know because it changes every year, so I haven't seen.
So I'm just trying to I'm just trying to combine it because he's gonna.
I know that
it works on a scale, and obviously him being the number 1, he gets the most.
He gets the highest. So I know Lonzo as the 2nd overall pick. This year. Next year he's due to make $11 million. Yeah, so and that's his final year of the opt-in.
Yeah.
Man, so I would imagine Zion's would be somewhere around $8 or $9 million, maybe even higher, possibly.
So around that area. Around $80 million, maybe over $80 million over.
No, not $80 million. $8 or $9 million.
No, I'm talking about I'm adding with the Jordan brand and shit because he's there for 7 years.
Well, see, but the thing of it is that it's just like with LeBron and Shaq. I guarantee they haven't touched their NBA money yet.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy for Zion to just...
LeBron for sure. Like,
I think, didn't Gronkowski say that same shit? That he didn't touch his NFL shit. He just got fucking the sponsors. Him and fucking Marshawn.
Yeah,
Marshawn Lynch. Yeah,
right. So I mean, it might be even a little higher because maybe I said somewhere around 50 mil or so. So it's definitely gonna be higher. I remember when Cats was saying he's gonna get the biggest deal ever, and I'm like. He's not going to pass LeBron. That was my whole thing. And then Bleacher Report reported that he's got the most annual. And then like 15 minutes later they retracted it. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers didn't do your homework because LeBron's was 90 million. And I thought it made me question it because I was like, well, wait, did LeBron get a 10-year deal?
Right.
And with the 90 mil, but then I looked back and
was
I was
like a forever deal for LeBron?
No,
it's a forever deal.
Now it's a forever deal, which is rumored to be $1 billion. Mm-hmm. His rookie deal was $90 million over 7 years.
Now he has like that forever deal where he's literally the embodiment of
the multi-championship winning.
That's why when he wanted to change his number, Nike was like, "Nigga, what?"
No, it wasn't about that.
No. Because they made so many fucking jerseys.
Yeah, it was the deadline.
Yeah,
but it wasn't even about LeBron. Somebody else could have requested it, and they're like, "No, we're not doing that."
That's what I meant. Yeah. So it's like, well, shout out to Zion. Get your money, black man.
Yeah. Clippers is about to get their own building pretty soon. That deserves a round of applause.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of Staples, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly what's going on through my mind when I saw that shit. I will say this: the pictures actually look pretty cool.
It does.
It looks cool, but the residents of Inglewood are pissed.
Oh, I can imagine.
More gentrification.
Yep.
Niggers. Crackers.
But yeah, it's gonna be $1 billion arena. I don't even know if it's just the arena because from what it looks like, it's just this whole plaza,
like complex and shit. Yeah.
Is it gonna be right where the Forum Room used to be, or they gonna knock?
Well, it's gonna be right where the new stadium's gonna be. It's gonna be right in good vicinity of that.
Ooh, boy. Damn, WrestleMania gonna be fire when they go out there.
Residents is upset because they're like, fuck, now I gotta deal with even more traffic, trying to get home and all that shit. You already know LA's already LA's like a sardine.
LA's traffic is horrible.
Yeah.
Then you get near the stadiums, it's even worse.
Right.
Then you can have two stadiums right next to each other pretty much, bro.
So
it's bad.
So I guess construction starts next 2021 and they plan to get this open by 2024.
Which the funny thing is Kawhi and Paul George might not even be on the team by the time it gets done.
I know,
but at least them joining kind of helped expedite this whole.
Isn't that what happens? They get a superstar winning coach, a superstar winning player to help get wins and build that stadium, and then by the time the big stadium comes, they're out of there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Harbaugh.
Yeah, so that's going down. I didn't write in here, but Jeremy Lin is he's going through some rough time.
Oh yeah, he is. Man. I kind of feel bad for him after just winning the championship. Even though he contributed what he could, and now I guess he's off the team.
Let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to find it.
He said he hit rock bottom, and every year it becomes harder and harder on free agency to see if a team's going to pick him up. And he was low key emotional about it, and Twitter let it happen. Like, what the fuck?
And in English, there's a saying, and it says, "Once you hit rock bottom, the only way is up."
I'd imagine he's at church. Because the piano there's no way they just add the piano and like...
Rock bottom just seems to keep getting more and more rock bottom for me.
Well, no, the piano being played is a part of the video. It's not like they just add That's what I'm saying.
And so, free agency has been tough. 所以这个自由球员的市场对我来讲也是非常艰难的一个过程。Because I feel like in some ways the NBA has kind of given up on me. 因为有一点感觉好像 NBA 已经放弃我了。
So here's my take with it.
And I always knew if I gave anybody a reason to doubt, they.
My take with that is
I just saw something.
Look, I get it. He's coming to the end of his career. I can't imagine what that's like for somebody to put all their effort into a dream, and then now that the realization that the dream is ending. Mm-hmm. So I understand it from that standpoint. From this standpoint, Jeremy Lin has accumulated between $65 and $80 million. He has a Harvard. He has a Harvard degree.
What kind of shit is
His parents paid for Harvard. They don't have to pay for anything else again. He has 9 years in the NBA, which qualifies him for the NBA pension.
What kind of shit is that?
So in other words, Jeremy got to hook up with his boys from East Palo Alto to just help get his mind right and reevaluate the perspective.
What kind of shit is that?
Oh man.
Because this dropped and everybody felt bad for him, yet Carmelo's a joke. Going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
Serious. Well.
I can tell you what the difference is.
I know what the difference is.
I know what the difference is. Jeremy Lin is probably going to end his career with a championship, which means you should have even less sympathy for him.
Shit.
In comparison.
All right, you took that left.
No,
Good job.
no, he took it right because that was right on the target. So,
all right.
The point is, like, I'm empathetic with Jeremy Lin. I can't imagine that. What I'm saying is that he needs to go kick it with folks that could give him that perspective to be like, yo, you good. You accomplished. How many people can say they get into the NBA and take it over for 14 days, let alone have a game of the night?
Yeah,
the
boy.
way he did.
I mean, Linsanity.
I remember that.
I mean?
That
But
was
the 30 for 30 on Linsanity is going to be incredible.
That was for those 14 days. New York loved. They really thought he was something, and then I remember Warrior fans were mad. They were making fun of Warrior fans. You used to have him, ha ha ha. Then all of a sudden, the joke's on the Knicks fans. So
as usual,
You know how that
in the
goes.
words of Sway, as usual.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but I mean, Jeremy just got to get his head right. Adrian Peterson found himself in the news for the wrong reasons.
This sounds like another episode of Broke. This sounds like another 30 for 30 for Broke.
You know what it sounds
crazy.
though? This sounds like a
Curb Your Enthusiasm shit.
This just sounds like some everyday shit. If you think about it, like the only difference between him is that how much money he's amassed. So, report came out that he's touched over $100 million.
Yeah,
but that he owes a lot of debtors because he
As
trusted
investor?
somebody who claimed to be an investor,
but they took his
and
money,
took his shit,
all of it.
Now, I used to be one of the people where I would look at this situation like, you're stupid. I would never put myself in that situation.
Never say never.
And then I started realizing again.
God.
Then I started realizing, with the hacking shit, just how much we give away on a daily basis,
seriously,
just to get into a fucking app.
Yeah.
And you mean to tell me that we would do that much better with $100 million? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers gave they wanted to look old, and in the process, they gave their rights away to Russia.
Hey.
But you want to convince me that Adrian Peterson's stupid.
Yeah.
Everybody's stupid at the end of the day.
You know, like, Larissa and
I feel bad for his ass.
Yeah, Larissa has been getting me to watch the crime series Snapped. Like, we start watching that a lot more.
Oh man, that's.
Well, actually, it's not even.
There's powerful niggardry at work.
It's both
here.
Snapped and then there's another one on the Oxygen channel. But that one they like gear it more towards the crimes against the elderly.
Yeah,
and even like they take so horrible advantage of the elderly. Like people claiming to be hospice nurses,
but
don't even have hospice nursing licenses.
Oh,
and they somehow get in there and are taking over the $200,000 estate.
They be finessing them?
turning the elderly parent against the child because they just happen to be there every single day, saying, "Oh yeah, he's trying to get your money. You should sign it over to me, and I'll make sure that it gets handled correctly."
Damn,
that's crazy.
Snapped is a crazy show, man. That shows how crazy women are. Oh my God!
Yeah,
it's just killing boyfriends or jealous girlfriends, and not even the man's fault. It's supposed to just women, right?
It's both genders.
No, I think it's mostly it's on women, and then how women convince the man to fucking do their bidding and shit like that.
Yeah,
entertaining show. Love that shit.
Right. But no, that Adrian. The more I sat down with Adrian Peterson, it was more so like, damn, man. And then I was listening to Bomani's podcast, and then he redacted the name of the person he was talking about. He said, I knew an athlete who, after Broke came out, he went into his money man's office, and he walked in with that thing on him and told him, "You ever try to fuck me with my money, I'm coming back with this, and we're going to handle it a different way."
Pull some ice.
He said, and I would imagine he has never thought about stealing that man's money in his life.
Yeah, don't blame him. Yeah.
So if all else fails and you feel like you're gonna get cheated out, just walk in with that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of football coming back soon. Training camp started. Certain players. When's Hard Knocks? What?
Friday.
This Friday?
It's either Friday or Sunday.
Shit. shit.
So that's gonna be must see.
Because now that they're back, they needed a week to get a week worth of footage.
Yeah,
and then you start editing. That's how it works. You gotta wait for them to get there. Then you take the week to edit that previous footage. All the while, you're still having your camera crew out recording to get the next week's footage.
For the next
Hard Rock is only like 4 or 5 weeks.
4 weeks, just preseason.
Yeah.
Actually, it's like 5 weeks.
There's a part of me where I'm like, damn, I still wish I was with the team.
So you can tell me about what's going on.
But then a part of it, like, I can already tell because the Napa Marriott, the halls are so narrow. Now you got to worry about a camera crew walking through behind a player, and you just trying to get through to just get to the fucking cafeteria to eat. Like,
I wonder if they're gonna follow old boy from Last Chance U. What's his name?
Ollie. I would imagine he would get a nice role.
Yeah.
I mean, but you get fucking, Antonio Brown coming in on a fucking air balloon.
Oh yeah.
You know that's
came in on an air balloon.
Oh yeah,
you didn't hear about that?
Right in on an air balloon.
Oh yeah. He went to practice.
There's powerful niggardry at work.
But James Wine country, air balloons are everywhere.
And then Gruden said some shit like, "Oh, I don't like dreams. I love nightmares." And I'm like, if I was a Raider fan, I'm like, why would you say that? So our nightmares, if we have a bad season, you'd love that?
No, what he's saying is he was talking about how he gets tied with the cliche. Well, it's nice that people get to living out their dreams in the NFL. They get to feel it. He's trying to tell the veterans, don't let these rookies try to live their dreams at your expense. Be somebody's nightmare and make sure that you establish yourself.
Okay, that was a bad clip.
Yeah,
they picked and choose that clip. I saw that.
You had to watch the whole clip. What he said, I was like, oh, that's some gangster shit right there. I like that.
Yeah, he's old school with it. Just don't have that. Don't have that fucking what's his name? Just win, baby. What the fuck? Al Davis mindset.
Well, Al Davis is the owner.
You know what I meant? Like not old school Al Davis, just out of touch and shit.
Yeah. But so he did that. Jalen Ramsey showed up with Ha Davis in the Brinks truck.
What can
just let me know, Florida. It just reminds me that Florida niggas is just different. And then I had to go back. I'm gonna tell you guys a story because I don't think I've told you this privately or even on air. When we played against Jacksonville. That was one of the games I didn't have to film because their end zone, swimming pools and shit.
Oh yeah.
So it just happened that the end zone, which was wild because both end zones had the swimming pool. It just happened that the other one, the way it was designed, it was strictly just supposed to be for the pool. Yeah. I didn't have to film. So I go with my boy Greg, go take his equipment up, walk up the ladder, typical stuff. You set things down. Set the shit down. I look to my right. There's a sniper rifle in the chair.
What the fuck?
What?
Fam, I look at Greg. I said, we just want to come back up. We both get down because we're like, we don't know what the fuck's going on. About 5 minutes later, it's either the sheriff or the officer walks back. Oh, my bad, guys. I would have been up. I was trying to make sure I was here. Yeah, in Florida, you can have the officer there with the sniper just chilling, waiting for some shit to go down.
Oh, so on some longest yard shit?
Yeah. Damn. Just hoping the motherfucker would. I'm sitting there the whole time, like, because, Greg's filming, but in between, you get that 45 seconds for them to regroup, play clock and all them, so we're chopping it up. In between that time, till as we're chopping, I keep, we're talking without looking at each other, because my eyes are fixated on this motherfucker with the damn rifle. Like, let me not make any sudden moves.
Shit.
Can we get to Tampa? Like, I think we're going to Sarasota after for the week, because that was the back-to-back road trip.
Right.
We ended up being in Florida for 10 days. So I'm like, yo, can we just get on the bus to get to Sarasota, please? Like, I don't want to be here right now. I don't want to sneeze and then this motherfucker turn to me because he think it's
shit.
That's when I officially realized Florida just different, man. It's just different. It is.
Yeah, that's Florida man for you.
Yeah.
You met Florida man that day.
He almost met Florida man.
Florida man was looking with that scope like, let me see your terms and conditions.
Shit.
Fuck that.
Anyway, so fucking this other NFL shit. What's his name? Vernon Turner. Is he getting his own biopic?
He's gonna get his own biopic. Now the significance of it is that the producers.
Yeah.
So it's Gabrielle Union, Dwayne Wade, Sierra, and Russell Wilson who are going to be producing this film.
Just glad it wasn't a
I don't know if we brought this up a couple weeks ago, but Martine brought it to our attention that Sierra and Russell Wilson are now managing an artist that's fresh out here in San Jose.
Hey.
Yep.
What's his name, Martine?
DeAndre Brackensick, I believe.
Bracken, yeah.
Man, that's dope, man. Hats off.
Yeah.
Shit.
Just for Russell Wilson.
He was on American Idol and shit too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine waking up and like, oh, who managed you? Oh, Sierra and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
What?
And San Jose of all
Like,
places.
hold on.
The motherfucker that throws
much money
touchdowns and raise his future son?
Sierra, the goodies? See, Russell Wilson? Yeah. Well, shout out to them. This is going to be an interesting movie.
I see the terms and conditions on his shit. Wonder if he gets 11%.
I doubt it.
Now, who's this chick? The ex-wife. How do you say her name?
Fuck, man. So my team is going to remember Lorenzen Wright, the former NBA player.
Oh, yeah, he played center for the Clippers, right?
He ended up
journeyman.
becoming journeyman.
Yeah, but I remember him from the
a
Clippers.
few years ago, he ends up, his body's found in the fucking pond or the lake or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, we revealed that, come to find out, his ex-wife paid the fucking deacon from the church to kill him. For
The deacon?
Yeah.
The deacon?
Yeah.
The deacon?
For the insurance
think
money.
about that shit.
That's you going to hell.
Oh, yeah. There's powerful niggardry at work here.
Yeah, but if you go back and look at the interviews, it just looks sketch from jump. They played an interview with her asking.
I remember that. Wasn't that on Real Sports?
I don't know, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it was, did you have something to do with it? And she paused, just looked at him and said, I am a mother, I'm a wife, and I'm an author. Police want to find him, they will do their jobs to find him. And I'm like, bitch, you just told on yourself right now because you didn't even answer the fucking question. But here's the kicker on all this. She gets sentenced 9 years.
Wait, what? Wait, say that again.
She's a black woman,
Her
too.
minimum sentence is 9 years, meaning after 9 years, she will then be evaluated for parole.
And she crazy.
So she's paid someone to kill her husband and is only getting 9 years.
And she black, too.
Yep.
To me, that don't have nothing to do with nothing.
No, I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Usually.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Whatever. I don't.
It's one of those you just can't question.
Yeah.
Like,
Jesus.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Again, rest in peace to Lorenzen Wright. That from people who have constantly talked about his character. I mean, you talk about somebody far from he deserved to go out that way. Like,
definitely, man.
I guess her and her defense attorney were trying to use domestic
disputes.
I
remember that interview,
and folks were like, he didn't. That is far from the truth. He didn't touch her. He wouldn't.
Good Lord. Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And by the way, I was right. He was drafted by the Clippers.
Yeah.
Hey. Rest in peace, though. So this shit.
You stay on the topic.
Yeah, that's this past Sunday. There was another mass shooting. This time in good old California, out in Gilroy. Every year they have the garlic festival. The garlic festival and all that. Where there's just a whole bunch of garlic.
Garlic everything.
Everything. Have you ever been there?
No.
Have you been there?
I've never gone to the actual festival.
Larissa and I were almost there yesterday, though.
Yeah,
she wanted to. She actually was going. She forgot to bring it up to me last week.
Of course.
And she remembered when I hit her because we went out to dinner last night, and then my grandpa texted me and he's like, "You everything okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we come back from dinner. What's going on?"
Yeah.
There was a shooting in Gilroy. Huh? Gilroy, like that was my first. I was like, "Of all places, Gilroy." Wait,
yeah,
what?
seriously.
And so then I went and we got back to her place and I looked it up and I'm like, "Wait, this is a mass shooting. It wasn't just some random shooting."
Yeah,
white boy. Another white boy.
19 years old. Went over there and I forgot some band was playing. He turned around and from some of the witnesses, he just smiled at the crowd and then just started shooting into the crowd.
Shit.
In the midst of that, he injured 12, and then he took the lives of 3. 2 of those weren't even older than the ages of 6. He took a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old.
I think the 6-year-old was from San Jose, right?
Possibly.
Yeah.
And then not to diminish the final life that was taken away. It was a 20 -year-old.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
Can't even go there with your family.
Seriously, kids.
So
These
can't.
To me, that's
like
just like what you
injured.
said earlier when you're like, oh, and we were spending time with my nephew and he's running around.
Yeah,
that's immediately where my mind went.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah, and I have some friends that are actually out there and they left literally like an hour before all that shit went down. And I'm just like, what? So yeah, old boy dead. I think they shot the one that they said there was another dude at large.
There's another one at large.
But he hiding now.
Oh, of course.
But it's just like I'm like, and it's not black people. It's not Asians. It's not Mexican. but white people. I'm nothing against white people, man. But white folks, what the
What kind of shit is that?
what the fuck?
I just don't know how they could always put shit on other people. Like, for example,
The whole immigration shit.
Yeah, the immigration. That's exactly what I was about to get to. Oh, they're sending their murderers, their drug dealers, and this and that. Look what's going on, man. Like, don't be fucking blinded by the media.
And it's not, and you notice it's not everybody who's would qualify under immigration. It's only one demographic of those who immigrate.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't hear them saying about the European
Because they're racist. That's just and they shit. They're racist. But yeah, rest in peace to everyone. Rest in peace. And I don't want to even say thoughts and prayers, but we need some actions in this bitch for gun control. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, just prayers up.
I've always been a firm believer in saying that nothing's going to change until it happens in places like Gilroy. Because again, Gilroy of all places.
All places.
Yeah, that shit
Like, for
makes
those who
no
aren't
sense.
familiar with the Bay Area, like...
It's like the boonies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of nowhere. It's hot. And it's hot, too. That's one
Not
of the
only is it in
reasons
the
why I
middle of
didn't want to
nowhere,
go.
it's like suburbia middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I have
Seriously.
family friends up there, man.
Yeah. That's
It's just really sad, man.
Yeah, man. But like I said, prayers up to the families. I said a prayer. I don't even want to say thoughts and prayers because thoughts and prayers fucking don't bring back lives.
Right.
So all I'm gonna say is fuck 45, and let's move on.
Yeah.
Anyway, motherfucking love and hip hop. Not love and hip hop. Rappers in court. Why did I say that shit? Anyway, rappers still getting locked up for whatever reason. Not locked up.
Well, it's just
but-
we just saw this law in hip hop.
We need like a Law and Order or fucking People's Court type shit.
Well, we can't do
dun.
No, but it's not like done. It's
Yeah.
Nah, we only do that when they're guilty.
For real.
but we don't got no dun. What is that?
play that-
What is that sound on Law and Order? Just dong dong. Like what? Was that the judge?
Fucking gong, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dong dong.
Some niggas smacking on shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Some nigga just like.
on the drums and shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's reverb, bro.
yeah.
Don't ask questions. Like I think
Audio engineer.
I think they were in
Right.
the middle of editing when they were editing some shit. They just heard like, oh, what's that shit?
I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's this. And then they put it into the DAW and they add reverb and some clicks and shit.
It's like from Inception.
Fucking modulation and
Right.
shit.
Like
Yeah.
Inception. Dong.
But anyways,
anyways.
rapper Draco.
Draco something. Draco the Ruler. That's his name. Draco the Ruler.
Yeah. So for those who know, he was involved with a murder case. Mm-hmm. They were getting ready to charge him with first degree. That shit went all the way through and not guilty.
Hey.
So congrats on getting your freedom back, young man.
There's a really good
seriously.
long ass article about because he is pretty gangster with it. Like he keeps it hood. I mean, guns in the video type of hood.
Yeah. I mean, his name's Draco.
I mean, what can you say?
Come on, man.
It's in the name.
Yeah, but he got. But yeah, he's pretty much enjoying his freedom and hopefully realizing the. I think it was because he was at some party or whatever when it happened.
Makes
So
sense.
anyway, take K. That's what I say. Take K.
Yeah. Speaking of titles,
Play it for the jury and the defendant. Aaron Magruder yet again.
There's powerful niggardry at
Aaron
work
Magruder
here.
is a prophet.
Yep.
And that's probably why he stopped the Boondocks, because he saw how stupid you niggas are. And you niggas is stupid. Take K is going to jail for 55 years. Not 5 years. Just add a 5 in front of it. 55
That's
years.
not a big thing. It's what they're using to get him there.
What they used to get him there was his song, The Race. I never heard the song, but did you?
Yes. He recorded and filmed this shit while he was on the run. That's why they used it.
And that's why they loved
See,
him.
the crazy thing though, that's not even the big thing. This is only one case.
Yeah.
This is the accessory case.
Yeah, this is just accessory case. He
This
still
ain't
has
the
the
murder
whole
case.
Yeah. He still had to go through the murder case.
See,
Like,
this is the
dude,
funniest
there's
shit.
layers to
there's
this
layers
shit.
to the fuckery. See, because there was people on Twitter when they got announced he's pretty much going to jail 55 years for the murder and shit. There's one that go like, he's only 16 years old. I don't know why everyone's celebrating. He's only 16 years. We all did a bunch of stupid shit when we were 16. Alright. Did you ever commit a murder
That's just like the guy who
when you were 16 years old?
Seriously.
said, come on,
dude.
we've all done some wild stuff. I used to smoke crack.
What?
I follow him on Twitter. He's still cool, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. Just some things,
He's still cool.
just some things when they say it, you just roast their ass and then you just.
That's one you just, you just keep screwing.
Yeah.
He was trying to make a point. That's one of the people, when you get worked up on Twitter, that's where you have to know when to stop tweeting. Like, you got to check your ego and be like, who am I trying to prove?
Yep.
You just need to shut up. Because there are times I'll have shit in the draft and it's that fire. And then
you get suspended for a week.
That's but then I just think about it and it's just like, this is stupid. And then you just delete and go and keep scrolling. Because, Twitter really tests people's egos.
Yep.
Or your pride. That you want to get the last tweet, the last word. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Then that's why people end up blocked. I have a lot of people that block me, and I'll be scrolling like, I don't even know you. And I got reminded today. Like, who the fuck is he? He blocked me. He's probably for some Drake shit. And then he sent the tweet that I told him. I'm like, yeah, he did say some stupid shit. He had that coming.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sue Surf though, he's now in the.
When did this happen?
Explain. Got arrested for possession of weed and magazine clips, so he's facing those. Shit.
Now, he just got out of jail.
Last year, July 25th,
niggas,
he was shot. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he released his project at the start of this year and named it 725. This year, July 25th, they picked him up and he was arrested.
That's the universe, baby. We're part of the retrograde. That's some retrograde shit. That's just the universe saying.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
I hope the best for him.
Why does he keep?
Yeah, all you do is hope for the best for him.
That's why you look at Meek Mill and I'm like,
possession of weed. Where the fuck was he?
In New York. Weed is illegal over there.
Stupid.
And you know how they all were
man, I shouldn't say stupid. I was doing that since before too. I was doing that shit since before it was legal.
That's the case. Everybody's been stupid in California.
Everybody's stupid.
At least since like 96. Everybody's been dumb in California.
That nigga's been having gun. Man, what the fuck? What, this happened on 725? That's when it happened?
So he got arrested.
Damn. See, I've been kind of kicking back.
1 year to the day.
That's why I've been kicking back on Twitter. I'm glad you picked that up.
Yeah.
Ain't that up? Bitch!
Now, for love and hip hop, like you've been stating. Puff Daddy getting some shit.
Puffy,
allegedly.
Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Papa Diddy Pop.
Papa Diddy Pop. Cock Blocker Diddy. What's it called? Dirty Mac and Diddy?
Yeah.
Dirty Diddy?
More serious.
Dirty money. Hey! So, apparently, he is now dating... What's her name? It doesn't matter her name. He's dating his son's ex-girlfriend. And what's so special about this girl's ex-girlfriend, his son's ex-girlfriend, is that she is the daughter of Steve Harvey.
Adopted daughter. So this is...
Adopted daughter? That's even funnier.
I want to explain something to you on Steve Harvey's current wife. Or his ex-wife. Whatever
the fuck it is.
So she came into the picture... after she finessed her first husband or something like that. Steve Harvey then cheated with his first wife with her. She got into the fold, got him, I believe, to get married. If there is a prenup, it's with bare minimum. And was able to convince him to adopt her kids from her marriage that she left.
Wow.
What the fuck?
So when you then examine this girl, she's learned from the best. Now, what people have been saying is that, so it's so it's Christian. It's Christian or Justin. Either way, what people have been saying though is that they actually weren't together. They were just the cover the whole time. That Puff's.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
I mean, if you saw that picture where Diddy's walking with her, in the first picture he's just looking at her laughing, and then the next picture Diddy has this shocked look on his face because he saw the camera like, oh shit, and then he knew he had to explain himself, and he knew he got caught.
Now Puff's what? Puff is or will be 50.
Yeah,
the girl's 22.
I mean, shit.
So
hey, he had to fill in the void after Cassie. After Cassie got some balls and left. Take that.
Now he's of course denying it. So it's just one of those things where it's like, I'm not invested. I just thought it was funny given Steve Harvey's. Again, I don't know if it's his ex-wife or his wife.
Just the whole situation.
Talk about thinking
how she even got in this position. Then you look at that woman and it's like she gave her the blueprint.
Talk about think like a man.
Yeah.
Shit. Think like a player. Also, Fabulous, man. Fabulous went out sad this past weekend. Ah, boy. Apparently, TMZ released a report saying Fabulous and his girl Emily. What's it? Emily G? That's her name?
Emily B.
Emily B. Yeah, a few alphabets off.
Letters.
A few letters off. Anyway.
The whole alphabet is a sequence of 26 letters.
My bad. Anyway.
Maybe you have to go back around.
You know what I mean? Anyway, him and his girl broke up. TMZ broke the news. Fabulous was like...
No, they didn't break it.
That's why I saw who broke it then.
No, what it was Fab... The headline was Fab was...
Because he went out to TMZ.
He was basically... Yeah, he was...
That's how he went out to... Because TMZ's the one that broke it.
First of all, he tried to go at TMZ and he tagged the wrong TMZ. So let's just have that first.
Oh, gosh. I saw it first on TMZ.
He attempted to go after TMZ, but got the wrong TMZ. And I'm pretty sure that TMZ business is booming for them. But what happened was... he was walking down Old Town Road. And was talking on Instagram Live.
No, I'm telling you the sequence of events. TMZ broke the news, and then Fab went on Instagram, went on the story, and said he was going to sue Harvey and them for defamation of character and shit. Then 5 minutes later, he goes on IG Live, and he's just like, "I want my baby back." Like he wants something. Like he's walking to Chili's, and he was literally walking around the block like a madman on Instagram Live, and I'm like, "Is this your king, New York? This is the rapper y'all be praising? He's doing this shit? Is Clout really?" Oh man, he's like, it was sad to look at. And they probably ended up back together anyway, but it was sad to look at. And that's it. I got nothing else to say. It's funny.
It was just funny when he was talking and he stopped and then he goes, "Somebody really trying to set me up."
Shit.
I mean, after the whole abuse, the pictures of him almost beating up his girl, not beating up the girl, but finding the family members going crazy and how he's been low key with it. I got nothing.
I mean, at some point you just gotta move. Just get.
Well, he was moving, all right.
No, I mean, but get out of the situation. Don't try to you know what I mean. There's no point in fucking fixing it if it's just gonna keep ending up on some bullshit.
I just don't know how.
An idiot on IG Live.
I'll say this. Yeah, logically, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what their bill situation looks like. Because, obviously with that kind of income, I don't know if he's funding everybody. And when I mean everybody, not just his immediate family.
Yeah, and I get you.
So you that kind of situation, as toxic as it could be, there could still be love between them.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Right.
There's obviously 3 kids involved.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that changes
you know what I'm saying?
Even in my mind, like that.
Yeah. There's just
there's a lot of layers to the shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Fab was always getting caught up in. He might as well just go on Love and Hip Hop at this point because he ain't dropping no music.
Well, Emily B was a staple on the NY cast for a while.
Well, Fabulous needs to be on there now.
He was until they left.
Oh, well, he needs to go back on there.
You got to go through the whole chronologically, so that way you're going to see some motherfuckers on Love and Hip Hop huh?
Like who?
I wanted that. That's your homework. Go. Even if you don't watch it, just go Wikipedia the shit.
I know
because you see who?
I know Jim Jones was on there.
Jim Jones created this shit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's the
Serious?
foundation.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's why he broke off, and they gave him what was his name? Chrissy.
Yeah,
that's how they got their own TV show.
It was almost like the prelude to T.I. show because that was a pretty good show. But their lives were too boring, so got canceled. But.
Yeah, too many big words, not enough drama.
Yep.
Shit.
No, for Jim Jones, not T.I. For the Jim Jones show.
Yeah.
I thought T.I.'s the one with the big words. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Jim got a good vocabulary.
Yeah, true.
Maybe full of ad-libs, but he got a good vocabulary.
Stupid as fuck.
Twinkle, twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle. Little star. Shit. So, are we gonna go on to Jamie Foxx or are we gonna do
there was a battle.
It was stupid.
Some more battles going on.
Some stupid shit on Twitter, man. Oh my god. So for whatever reason, someone felt that Donald Glover is more talented than Jamie Foxx.
What kind of shit is
So I thought that was just like, all right, whatever. But then I guess he doubled down, and then Twitter got, Black Twitter got wind of it, and then just
did the thing. Started posting up video clips and shit to show no, you're wrong.
This is like the J. Cole feature shit. Like J. Cole, Lil Wayne talk. It's like...
To me, it's all about preference, though. Because I will say this in Donald Glover's defense.
Dead. I'm not dead. I'm just... Go on.
What was Jamie's entire role in the Jamie Foxx show besides starring in it?
Yeah, I think he was a
writer, right?
He wrote, produced it. Yeah.
So he did all that.
Yeah, he had like the whole Fox Productions or some shit.
Right.
Like that.
But how much of it has he done when he's transitioned into movies?
Not a lot.
Because I'll say that about Donald Glover. When Donald Glover made his name as a writer.
Yeah.
So he's always going to have that.
And then he transitioned into artist, and then in movies he never really. Besides Atlanta, and there was another movie he did. What was it? It was the first one I've ever seen him. When he was
Spider-Man?
No, the Mystery Team. Huh? Mystery. That was the first time I've ever seen Donald Glover. It was an independent movie called Mystery Team. Where he played. Well, him and his boys were like the Hardy Boys, and they were like doing investigations and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was popular on YouTube, and then they changed it over to a movie. Yeah, that was the first time I saw Donald Glover. And then after that...
Didn't he also have like a stand-up comedy special too?
That was the stand-up comedy.
Right.
And then after that, he was right on Community, and then, he transitioned to Childish Gambino, and then he was doing the whole rapping shit, and then he really focused on that while still doing the writing shit. Then he got popular on the writing, and then he did his acting here and there, and then now he's at that point where he just figured out the Matrix, and now he's good at everything.
Right.
So he has an Emmy, he has a Tony, and he has a Grammy, and a Golden Globe, and a SAG. So... all he needs is a Tony and an Oscar, and he's the best. Jamie Foxx has an Oscar, Grammy, and Golden Globe, and then I think that's it. I think that's it for now. Honestly,
I mean, but again, you take away all the awards, it just comes down to preference. Jamie is more of the brash, in your face.
He's a stand-up comedian. He's like,
so is Donald Glover.
I know.
He's a stand-up comedian too.
He only did one stand-up though. Jamie Foxx has a whole legion of them shit. I don't think I don't think Donald Glover took his stand-up like that serious. If that's
right. But what I'm saying is that the resumes though, he's a stand-up. You can't take that away.
Yeah, I can't take that. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that Jamie is very
the veteran.
I won't even say the veteran. It's just their styles are different. He's very brash. It's in your face. It's loud. It's typically everything that we became accustomed to from the 90s.
Right.
Versus Donald Glover, it's all about you're supposed to get the joke like 5 seconds when he pauses. So it's more subtle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's literally just like people were really bashing Donald Glover like it was a bad comparison. And I'm like, it's not that far off. The only thing Jamie has on him is years.
Yeah.
If you really think about it. That's what he had. He has about a decade over him.
I think people were just falling for the hype of everything that Donald Glover has accomplished in these last few years, and they just look at Jamie Foxx.
Dude, there's a lot. I mean, think about it for a second. Like, he literally has taken off.
Right, I know what you mean, but people falling for the hype, and I'm just looking at them as they're young when they don't remember Jamie Foxx when he was on In Living Color. They remember when he had his own show. They didn't remember when he was on Ray.
With Jamie Foxx, you also got to remember he was only on a season of In Living Color.
But
so it wasn't like he was on the, and that's not to take away. He was still part of the brand and all that. But it wasn't like he wasn't like Damon Wayans when you speak of In Living Color.
But they just remembered. I remember there was that whole time period where Jamie Foxx was like a superstar. Then he went back into music. Like at first he was on music. At first that didn't do well. Then
they bombed because they thought it was a joke.
Yeah. I still thought it was.
Pete, this is a good ass first album.
And then, Slow Jams happened and then Unpredictable. And then that led into Ray. And then he did another song. No, what's the song called? Blame It on the Alcohol, which was his biggest hit.
Before that, he did Georgia for Ludacris.
Well, Georgia, but I'm talking about his biggest hit. But, and then he started dropping like hit records like back to back to back. And, just like Donald Glover. And then... I'm just saying.
Donald Glover, I mean, I don't know about you guys or how you feel about it, but personally, I think Donald Glover's a better musician.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you look at it from that aspect, like, Jamie Foxx wins in comedy, maybe in acting overall. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where Donald Glover wins in music. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is really even. It's a lot more even than I think people
what Martin was saying, where Jamie Foxx wins, I would say Donald Glover covers... more so the behind the scenes aspects of their careers.
Yeah.
Like as a producer and as a writer, I would give that towards Donald Glover than over Jamie.
I mean, at the point, like you said, it's preference, but at the end of the day, like you can't. Round of applause for both of them. Press that button. Round of applause.
I mean, but you gotta understand.
Definitely that.
But human nature is to compare.
Yeah.
So you're talking about two guys that have similar.
Compare are mumble rappers, bro.
Huh?
Like, the only people who don't compare themselves are mumble rappers.
And even then, you can compare.
You can compare them, but they won't.
I know,
do it
but
themselves.
it's like a waste of breath and a waste of an argument. It's just. I just respect them both.
But see, to me, that's
no,
like
definitely
arguing.
respect them both. But at the same time, who's better, Pac or Big? You know what I mean? Like,
Who's better, LeBron or
that's
Jordan?
always happened.
It's preference. I get it. I get it.
Which is all the more reason why we need a fucking network.
But that's like
they could have debated this shit.
But then it was
just have a whole show of
debate.
Yes.
It's just random to me. It's like in the same lane of when Van said, "Who's better lyrically, J. Cole or Lil Wayne?" And I'm like,
to me, this is more
that's
accurate.
not even close.
This is more accurate because again,
Yeah,
they're both
comedians.
They're both actors. They both do music. They both write. They both produce. Like it's not different.
Yeah.
The only thing you really have with Wayne and Cole that like ties them in was hip hop.
It's
hip hop in general.
Yeah.
Their music. Fuck. Whatever. I don't have a dog in it. I thought the fucking shit was stupid. I was just like, niggas, you just want to wake up and just want to start a fucking stupid ass debate. It's like they just saw a board on the wall and they got a dart and said, okay.
See, to me, it wasn't a stupid debate.
Then it was Donald Glover. And then they just broke a wood and just like the Joker had said, make it fast.
To me, it wasn't stupid. To me, it's like it's a conversation that if it's not the people that you probably saw tweeting it and then them going off wild tangents, it's actually a good debate.
Yeah.
A lot of times I feel like Twitter debates, when they start off, they're very good. It's just when you get the wrong people involved, then it becomes something else. But to me, Donald Glover versus Jamie Foxx is a really good debate.
It really is, man.
I'm just looking at one got an Oscar, one hasn't got it yet. And I'm pretty sure Donald Glover will probably get an Oscar one day. But that's if he feels like it. He's one of them niggas like if he feels like it, he'll get it. That's if he wants to. So
who knows? He might get it for Lion King.
Yeah.
No.
I'm just saying, it's a possibility. It's a Disney movie.
No.
So
I mean, you say that like guys, like people don't get awards for bad performances all the time.
Yeah, seriously, it happens literally.
You're talking about an
year.
industry that's built on politics
Every year.
No.
Okay, so
tell me I'm wrong.
I know.
Yes.
You can't tell me I'm wrong.
No, I'm talking about
everybody knows how
Donald Glover. Well, I told you how Donald Glover acted in Lion King. Let's just move on.
Everybody knows how we feel about Scorpion. Doesn't not affect. It's the highest.
He sold a lot of records.
It's the highest streamed.
Hey,
you know how that goes.
So
God's Plan was Song of the Year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was last year.
I'm just saying, bro. Like it happens all the time.
Anyway, like I said, Future and his bodyguard caught the zizzes in fucking the UK. Zizzes means he went to sleep.
Night.
Because some dude decided it was cute to get a brick and hit him right in his fucking head. Sucker bricked him.
Nah, he had a lock.
There was a lock?
A metal lock. Yeah.
I thought that was a brick.
Nah. Dude had a metal lock.
Well, he got metal. He got sucker locked.
Shit.
And he dropped. And I'm like, that's some old hoe ass. And then they filmed it too and then walked around. I'm like, word? So I'm like, so this is why ASAP defended himself because of that whole ass shit. But then Future was on the other side, like, that's none of my business. That's
why I can't be mad at Future.
No.
Yeah,
they locked up ASAP Rocky for defending himself overseas.
Yeah, speaking of ASAP, I guess that shit didn't work. What Kanye did and all that, and Trump tweeting it out because now he's still in jail waiting trial. So, shit.
It's just gonna be a matter of time.
A matter of time. Hopefully he's out soon. They said his jail cell's really fucking nice.
Oh no, you missed what I meant by what it's only a matter of time.
Matter of time for what?
So Donald Trump makes that his new point of action.
No.
And then,
Anyway.
He's going to win some people over.
Yep.
Stupid motherfuckers.
Yeah, definitely that. But
stupid voting motherfuckers.
Yeah, like I was saying. Future, and his bodyguard is okay, but that was some hoe ass shit. Vic Mensa has lost his goddamn mind.
Oh, yeah. What happened to your shit? There's powerful niggardry at work.
I remember he dropped a song last week. I remember I saw it on his Instagram, and I was just like, what the fuck is this shit? It was some rock shit, and I guess he's dropping a rock EP or some shit, and he was like going around doing some jackass shit, and they showed him, and he was singing the song, and just like a flat out like rock star shit, and I'm just like, okay, this is new. All right, whatever. I didn't really think much of it. And then he released the real video for it. Okay, and nigga was wearing a dress that was shaped like a Confederate flag.
Yes, he was.
I don't know what to say to that. I'm like, this nigga done lost his fucking mind.
And just so we're clear, we're not talking about a kilt, nothing like that.
No, it was a legit dress and a
like
wig.
A female dress. I saw the picture.
Okay. It was a dress and a wig.
I wish I didn't.
And he had lipstick on too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what's called, and it says alternative. It's Camp America. That was a single. And it's 93 Punks and Vic Mensa. And he had another song called Zombie. Like, look at the fucking cover art for this shit.
Yeah, it's on some rock shit for sure.
Like, legit rock. I don't know what direction he's taking. He wants to go a whole different route.
Now, when you told me about this rock track, whatever, I was like, well, it doesn't seem far-fetched because, you know, he kind of dresses like a rocker anyways. Uh-huh. But then that fucking dress, like, I don't even know.
He's trying to...
like, I don't even know what to say,
He was
bro.
trying to tab big... That's the shit I'm talking about. Like, niggas that try too hard. He went full try hard. I don't want to say the R word because people get offended. But he's fully trying too hard at this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing. Maybe academics was right about his ass. So I don't know.
That is somebody that you know ain't reading the terms and conditions on his apps
or his contract.
Hell no. He ain't reading the terms and conditions on that fucking dress.
Nah.
Like he really was trying to get people to talk, and it's one of those people it's like you see a crackhead on the street, you stop, and then keep on moving.
Glasses Malone executed because everybody just forgot about it.
Yeah,
he didn't even get to Glasses Malone status.
Serious though.
Niggas just saw the picture and turned away.
It's like it's like seeing a crackhead on the street. You see him and you're like, okay, just keep on driving.
That Will Smith I Am Legend that.
Alright.
Turn the fuck back.
Yep. Anyway, T-Mobile and Sprint are merging together like a fucking Ultron.
Yeah. I'm waiting to see how that impacts the telephone game. But yeah,
wait, so they weren't already merged? Nah. I thought they were.
If they were, then this is just an update of what we reported on a while ago.
Oh shit!
They're officially merging now.
Well,
I want to see how that works with the wireless game.
Yeah,
you know that's going to have some impacts.
In other words,
because you know T-Mobile offered free Netflix and Sprint offered Tidal.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
So,
what you offer me, Verizon?
I'm
AT&T. I want to hear them offers.
I'm on AT&T. Anyway, Netflix. I don't know how they're in the middle of trying to get Eddie Murphy for his own little stand-up, but there's a movie coming out that it's exclusive on Netflix, and it's gonna be Dolomite Is My Name biopic that is featuring Eddie Murphy as Dolomite.
And man,
it's a whole all-star cast of black excellence.
Fam,
I want to see this shit.
Chris Rock, Wesley Snipes, Craig Robinson, Mike Epps, Titus Burgess, Divine Joy Randolph, Keegan Michael Key, Alexander Filimonovich, T.I., Ron Cephas Jones, and Linnell.
Yeah, that's like a whole...
Just tell me when it drops.
Seriously.
And I saw the photos for it, and it's just like, oh, so Eddie Murphy really back.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy's really slowly coming back into the limelight. He's on his own terms because he has Coming to America 2 coming out next year, and then he has this coming out, and hopefully the stand-up. That's probably, this is all leading into this. So
it's gotta be.
I think me and my mom were talking about the other day. We were talking about the Oscars and shit. And I think what really drove him away from acting was after Dreamgirls when he didn't win that Oscar.
Possibly.
And what was the movie that came out when he was the fat chick? Norbit.
Norbit. Yeah.
I think that's what killed it for him. When he did that literally right after Dreamgirls, and that came out around Oscar season. When the voting was going around.
I mean, if he thought he was going to get an award for it.
No, not Norbit. It wasn't
like,
Norbit. It was for Dreamgirls, but I think that's the reason why people didn't give him Best Supporting, because they saw that shit.
Norbit was funny. Like, Norbit was... we knew it wasn't going to be winning no awards, but I liked Norbit. It was funny. The part that kind of makes me... Well, it doesn't kind of. It makes me sad. I look at this cast and I'm like, damn, you know there was going to be a role for Charlie.
Yep.
And then it makes me even more sad because then I realized, damn, the Boondocks, damn.
No,
Yep. Shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
What albums dropped this week?
I don't even know what drops this week, but I can't.
I feel the whole I think it's that one weirder beast. You remember when before?
Just start counting the motherfuckers who haven't dropped.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Like the one that
before the whole stampede comes behind.
No, the one after the stampede. Like the last one.
Okay, gotcha.
You know when you saw Mufasa's dead body. Yeah, that one. That's gonna be the last album. Like, Dad. That got dark. Shit. Anyway.
Well, maybe Taylor Bennett drops this week.
Who?
Chance's little brother. Maybe he drops his album this week.
Is he like the Flower Boy or something? Or what?
It is kind of an open week.
Views from the big day.
Shit.
It is kind of an open week, so it is kind of an open week. I wouldn't be surprised if someone like
maybe
does a surprise drop.
Maybe he gets Donnie Trumpet and them, and they do a perspective from the big day. From the band's perspective.
It is kind of an open week. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a surprise drop by somebody. I don't know who.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Just count to who hasn't dropped yet, and then just expect
what
that.
If it was Rihanna? Nah, that'd be too crazy if it was Rihanna.
I can't see it no more. Not this year.
Rihanna?
Yeah.
I don't know. Rihanna's
she might be an asshole and drop an hour before the new year.
Rihanna's gonna. I've said flat out, Rihanna's gonna drop when she feels like it. So if she's and when's the Oscar? Well, not Oscar. The Grammy deadline.
End of this month or next month. They changed it back for this year.
Yeah.
So it's either this month or I'm sorry, not this month.
Getting close.
The end of August or the end of September.
So if people are gonna get their albums out, they got like a 2-month span.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Kendrick again and his baby. And like we said, Martine, the album's gonna come when it comes. May not be this year.
Why do you think that I'm so like, oh my god, I need to have this album?
Like crack, man.
Fuck, I need it. I need it. That's not me, bro.
Be on Kendrick's doorstep like, give me the album, bro.
I need that smack, man.
I need it.
Shit. Hey, so the Grammy deadline is August 31st.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's now okay. So people gonna start dropping. Yep. It's gonna be a random drop next month.
Y'all ready?
I don't know. It'd probably be Rihanna. That's my only guess. It would be Rihanna.
Dude, here's my thing though. Like seriously, because of the fact that it's rumored to be a reggae album, whatever, right? She missed her spot, bro.
Summer's almost over.
Yeah,
she's
like seriously,
she is.
Well,
Rihanna.
Hey, wait a minute. Time
I get it.
The only way it makes sense is if she drops that shit going into Carnival. That's the only way. So there's 3 weeks left.
I said there's an open week.
All right, I'll give you that.
There's 3 weeks.
I'll give you that.
3 weeks left.
But even then, it's gonna be like, I feel like if she does that type shit, it's gonna be a here today, gone tomorrow type shit.
This is Rihanna.
If it's a reggae album,
I don't think so because
I feel like it's gonna push, like not push away her fans, but like not entice her fans like that. You know what I mean?
From what industry people have been saying about the records they've heard her recording,
yeah,
they're saying she's doing people an injustice by just trying to select 10. So I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be probably some of her best work. Just what people.
I'm not saying her time limit is that she could drop anytime she wants. If she wants a Grammy, she needs to drop.
And maybe she don't want a Grammy, so
or maybe she already got the money. So
yeah.
I get what you guys are saying, but I'm thinking of that type of music and then the time that it will be dropped at. You know what I mean?
So I fully understand that, but you gotta remember she's Rihanna. She's a name, so she isn't dictated by the seasons. She dictates when she drops, and people adjust and adapt to her. Same thing with Beyonce. Beyonce can drop whenever. The fucking album can sound like summer. She drops it in winter. People are gonna stop what they're doing to gravitate to her. It's just certain names. That's
what I'm saying. She could drop tomorrow, and that shit.
Well, but
the world will stop.
We ain't talking about like you in general. It's the overall consensus.
Yeah, you're right.
If Rihanna dropped,
I guess that's the problem though, because I from my view, you know what I mean. It's like
from my view, it don't make sense either. The summer's about to be over, but then it's Rihanna.
Yeah.
So
and she could have Megan Thee Stallion on her album. She could have Cardi on it. I'm just saying, like Rihanna knows what she's doing, and she's really well adapted to what's going on in the industry, and she knows everyone's been waiting. She's gonna drop when she drops, so just be patient.
Nope.
Watch us say that.
I'm not waiting.
No, not you. I'm always talking to the people. Watch her drop that shit. Then we really are the illogical Busby Donis.
Busby Donis? Wow.
Well, we always say shit on this shit, and it actually happens. Oh, you cute. All right, this is episode 144 of the Illogical Sense podcast. You can always follow me on the Twitter. At Mr. Busby 4 lowercase 08. You can follow the podcast at iLLogical SP. You can always follow us on Instagram at the Illogical Sense, and of course on the Facebook.
Of course, you can follow me on all social media. JC No.
Hats.
That time of the year, man.
More playlists.
Hell nah.
No.
Fantasy football drafts.
Yeah,
I got one scheduled for every weekend. I think starting not this weekend, but the weekend after. That's just gonna be nice.
Nice.
That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, playlists are out, but you know, playlists come every week.
Yeah.
This is August. It's pre-football.
Yeah.
This is the point of football I used to hate when I was working with them because I'd already seen football for 6 months by that point.
Yeah, now us, the people, get to see it. So, yeah, about damn time.
I'm just looking forward to that first kickoff, man.
You mean the Hall of Fame game or the actual kickoff?
No, the Hall of Fame game. If as long as it's football, I'm fucking watching. I don't give a shit.
That's you. Hall of Fame game. You can just, I'll watch probably one series, and after that, okay, starters out. Okay, this is boring. Okay, I'm out. Who's doing the Hall of Fame game?
I've never been a fan of preseason.
Me neither.
I'm just a fan of football.
But me too. That's why also, besides the whole NCAA...
Completely, Busby.
Anyway, but like I said, besides the whole NCAA shit of how I feel about how they're treating the kids, I can turn on the college football. I hate watching college football because I can turn it on during the third quarter and it's either extremely close or I turn it on to the third quarter, it's 50-0. And I'm like, oh,
you just got to know who you're watching.
Yeah, that too.
A lot of the times, you already know what the outcome's going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, remember they sent fucking San Jose State to Alabama one year.
That was sad to watch.
You knew what the outcome was going to be.
That was a massacre.
That was horrible.
You knew why they did it.
It was a
San Jose State got all that money.
Yep.
Oh, that part too. Yeah, you're right.
Flew out there and get their ass whooped.
That's legitimately pimping the kids out.
Yeah.
Send them over there to go get the money that they ain't gonna touch.
Send them out to get slaughtered. You.
Oh yeah, follow me on all my social media accounts. America. At Beats Be Killing Them. And search me on all your digital streaming platforms. Venomous, spelled VNMS. Listen to the music. Tell me what you think. Hit me up on social media. I'm always open to critiques.
Speaking of America, you see what's looking like it's going to be the final roster for Team USA basketball.
Is it bad?
Shit.
Everybody dropped out.
Not bad at all. It's horrible.
Why they drop out?
Because you know what it is from what I've been hearing? It's like there's so much movement that all these players are trying to get adapted to their team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So who's on there now?
And this year's so wide open, motherfuckers is like, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm trying to win a title this year.
Think about it. Anthony Davis is not playing there. Kawhi is not playing. Paul George not playing. Russell Westbrook not playing.
Steph ain't playing.
I don't know. Probably not because he's got to be ready for the regular season.
LeBron ain't playing.
He's the only one that's
LeBron's
healthy
filming Space Jam.
out of the three.
LeBron's filming man, just forfeit this year. Just don't even go to the fucking Olympics. We got
everybody talking about how always respect the veterans. But then they laugh at Carmelo because they ain't called Carmelo.
Shit.
Carmelo, the most winningest motherfucker across from the USA. And they ain't give him no phone call.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm trying too hard. I mean,
you might as well at this point. Like, who else are you going to fucking get?
That'd be one big...
Kuzma going to be on the team. Randall at this point, I know of.
That's one big...
Kemba Walker. Kemba's the biggest star, the biggest name I can think of right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's one big disappointment, just like Chance's.
Them motherfuckers are still around there probably getting silver.
Well, bronze. Shit. And like I said, that would be one big disappointment, just like Chance's album. Anyway, we out. Bitches. Later.